everybody! We're live for the first time. Definitely did not just spend all that time editing us, and definitely not going to have to tweak something that I just noticed is wrong and will bother me. So how is everybody?
Oh, I'm still going lively. Sorry.
Yeah, me too. Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad we expressed that feeling. So
now I can go to your
welcome back. I see that we are all in roll 20. Great. Good job. You guys are doing great. Just want to offer a little encouragement here. Oh, cool. Some stat blocks. We won't use those just yet. Let's
We need Sirenscape, by the way.
Nah. Who needs to hear the wind when you're dead?
Thanks, Casey.
No prob, Bob.
Do we have another NPC named Bob that can help?
You can certainly try.
Bob! Bob! He's not there.
Wait, that's not me.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what a role-playing game is. We do this, and we have Bob. All right. So, Holly, I know you're not prepared, but that's part of the reason I make you do this.
Actually, I am prepared this time.
You're prepared this time? All right.
Yeah.
Beth, why don't you do the...
We made a giant mistake.
Pun intended! Pun intended!
Actually, I think it sounded pretty literal.
All right, hit me with it, Holly. What happened last time on Unexpected Whispers?
Okay, so as Dahlia tells Kendra to bring her something from Darshan's tower for a separation ritual so she can rejoin the Tebrins. We fight some griffins, and Nemarius tries to ride one. It does not work out. Good Tebrin saves a winged humanoid. There turns out to be an angel named Isra, who is the ward of the Nested Vale, which was, back in the day, the place we are now, the Isles of Remnants. He is also a ward to the goddess of Athena, which is my goddess. Isra's charged with righting the wrong that he made many years ago. Dorashan, when he wielded the key sword with elemental power, tore the capital of the Sparrows into two, creating shadows and storms and
Shadows and light. Storms.
Yeah, and storms. Okay. And
you're doing great. You're doing great.
Is this going, girl?
Yeah. So he helps me to ask him with his quest, and after some persuasion from the party, I reluctantly agree, with hesitation, of course. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Bad Tebrin severed the link between the two Tebrins.
I really feel like this is an oversimplification.
Well,
I would just like to have that on record.
It's an overview.
So it's light Tebrin and dark Tebrin versus good and bad.
Okay, sorry.
I make the mistake
Dark
too.
Tebrin.
Key sword.
Like.
That's what they all look like.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, Dark Tebrin did sever the bond between them.
Remind me to never use Theater of the Mind again. We get stuff like that.
Nemarius persuades Isra to rest for the night with us, so we do, and in the morning we head up the mountain to fight the giant. We get destroyed. Most of us are off of the mountain now, and a message is sent to Nemarius to retreat, and that's where we're at.
Coming around the mountain.
Very good. That was more prepared than I was. You did it. It's right on you. It's very good. All right. So, we leave off in a right bit of trouble for the party.
We leave off? We're done?
Well, where we last left off, we're fine. We're all fine. All right. So the party finds themselves atop the mountain where Darashan's tower, that has been destroyed hundreds of years ago in an accident involving trying to harness the forces of elemental magic. Darashan was hell-bent on trying to split the forces of light and darkness from each other. Why? We don't know. But we could find that out. The party is here for other reasons, though, and this may just be a happenstance that's happening in the background. They are here to capture the energy of the storm itself. They need elemental energy to charge one of 4 key swords that will open the Temple of the Elders. Inside, who knows? We know there's a powerful weapon or artifact in there. We don't know too much more than that, but the party aims to be the first to be able to do this so that they can trust their judgment and definitely take whatever action is best for society. But first, they need to charge the swords. And to do that, they need to harness the energy of an elemental, which they so unsuccessfully fought last session. The battle raged on top of the mountain until the winds began to gust too strong for the party, and many of them found themselves hurtling off the side of the mountain. Luckily, not to their deaths yet. But
Time.
those who remained saw that this was perhaps an insurmountable foe at the moment and have signaled the retreat. So we pick up this session now as the party begins to flee down the mountain. Does anyone want to do anything else aside from fleeing now?
I mean, I am in the process of falling off the mountain.
All right, that's considered fleeing. And Nomarius, you are still up in the tower.
Correct. I will act like a flea, crawling to the edge, and I'm gonna try to find some large way to not fall. So I'm gonna literally, given the opportunity, I don't know if we're out of rounds or what the deal is here, but I will definitely move to the edge and begin a super quiet, unnoticeable climbing descent, if
All right.
possible.
Go ahead and give me a stealth roll then.
I don't feel like that's necessary. Bring such a thing up. I think clearly I have
about
gotten
right.
4 times the amount I need.
Yeah. All right. So we'll put up the map here for a moment so we can see rolls. All right. You begin, and as you do, you just hear a little bit of a tiny avalanche of stones, both from the tower and from the mountain, cascading down. As you look up, you see the face of the giant above you, just peering down the 50 feet towards you. Doesn't appear to be doing anything. Tebrin, I believe you are on your way to the ground.
I was, in fact.
Well, congratulations. All your hard work is paid off. You...
Whew.
31 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall the 100 feet, just cascading off several rocks, hitting, bouncing, getting jostled around, taking 31 points of bludgeoning damage from the fall as you finally come to rest about 100 feet below.
Flat on his back.
Yep. And Kendra, you are also midair?
I already hit the ground.
Excellent.
Does Kendra bounce? Is there?
Am I a
Okay.
witch if I don't?
Nomarius, I also need you to make an athletics check for the climb down.
Aha! I feel a little more confident about my athletics as I cannot roll as low as I did.
I have another important question. Did I land on top of
Excellent roll.
Kendra?
I
With your
shouldn't-
elbow.
Considering I fell after you, but
Get
Well,
out of the way.
we will
Okay.
say no for the sake of not having to figure out the physics of which one of you has a higher drag coefficient.
Also, wait, wasn't I like 90 feet away from you? Did you jump to the other side of the mountain and then fall?
Yes. Yes, she did. All
I
right.
like gusted or something.
So,
The other one's fine. He's running.
Oh wait, yeah, there's multiple Tebrins.
yeah,
Oh wait, how did I forget?
both light and dark Tebrin have been separated out. So,
Gotta keep them separated.
you won't be wasted any time. All right. And so you found yourself now, several of you, both Roswell and Akira, on the north face of the mountain. Both of you have impacted, though. Your friend Isra, Akira, was able to arrest your descent a bit, lessening the fall as you can see him kind of circling down and now kind of swooping down in your direction. Kendra and Tebrin, as you kind of shake the dust and the ringing from your head, looking around, you see each other on the south side of the mountain, just kind of looking up the tower up above you, the storm just sort of swirling around again. And Numerius, you slowly begin your precarious descent down about 120 feet of cliff face to the west side. Dark Tebrin fleeing on foot.
Yeah, just gonna keep running.
All right, what would you all like to do? The storm continues to rage, but it doesn't appear that the giant itself is giving pursuit.
We had kind of previously made camp at the base of this path in a way the night before.
You did indeed.
Okay. So I think that I am trying to figure
I think we should try and meet there again. I think that was a good spot.
right. I'm just trying to figure out how to communicate. All right. I am gonna sending to Tebrin.
Which Tebrin?
Tebrin.
That doesn't.
Which Tebrin is Tebrin?
It
Tebrin.
says Dark Tebrin on the character, so therefore I was going with
It's
Yeah,
like
but
there's
the
just
light,
panels.
light,
Tebrin.
light
Roll
Tebrin,
for Tebrin.
good
light Tebrin
Tebrin.
isn't Tebrin.
Okay.
I'm sending it to good Tebrin.
I mean, if you're gonna take that position, technically neither of them are Tebrin.
So
One should be Teb.
the other Rin, yeah. Okay.
Okay,
so,
light Tebrin.
Light Tebrin. Hey, where are you? Meet back at our campsite. We fell and it hurt a lot. You okay?
Oh, sure. Be there in a minute. Need to make sure Kendra isn't dead. I'm gonna roll over and make sure that Kendra isn't dead.
I say to Akira, Kendra might be dead.
All right, give me
What?
a medicine check, please.
I'm conscious. I'm incredibly conscious. I'm.
But we need to figure out if he knows that. 14.
As you go to do the check, Kendra kind of like just pushes you away, though you do see that she has a pulse and appears to have the cognitive functions one would expect of a conscious, non-dead creature.
Only can sneer like that.
So he said Kendra didn't say anything about Nomarius.
Didn't you send him a message? Did he retreat?
Did I do that earlier, Nomarius?
Wait, actually,
I'm
if you
pretty
message,
sure that I was the one. I think I was using the cantrip.
I was messaged by somebody.
which Tebrin was in melee range?
Light Tebrin.
Okay, then light Tebrin has no idea about me. I'm next to dark Tebrin.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
You see the yellow
Dark-
dot? That's yellow
Like,
belly.
I can't physically be next to light Tebrin because you were up close to the thing, right?
No, I had already started retreating when the gust took me off the mountain.
Yep.
So I don't even think I got all the way up the tower. I
Light
had been moving in
Tebrin
that
and
direction.
Kendra are together. Dark Tebrin is
Okay,
making
all
his
right.
way down.
Okay.
It's on the map, so which you can't.
Um,
Oh, you can see it probably still.
You did send a message to Numerius telling him to retreat.
Yes.
Roswell.
And as he did.
And I did, or Light Tavern did?
You did.
Well, there's only one place to retreat too, so.
Numerius is pretty smart. I think he'll know where to go.
As you
Okay.
debate sort of the finer points of who contacted who when, Isra kind of lands. You can see as his wings kind of fold up back behind of him, one of them just kind of like hangs like limp a little bit, and you can tell that he is still somewhat exhausted. Looking around, he looks down at you, Akira, first. I trust that both of you are as uninjured as one can hope.
I'm still kicking.
Sort of.
Kicking.
I think we need to meet up with everyone and rest at least for a bit or come up with some sort of plan. And I hope that you won't go back up there alone. I think all of us together will do better.
I will endeavor to find your other holy comrade and return with him.
Please be safe.
Sort of takes a few more steps and struggles up into the air a little bit, and then flies. And you can see, like, as he kind of goes up, like a gust of wind kind of catches him, and he flies about 20 feet off to one side, and then kind of swoops back as the air above the mountain is very turbulent.
Too fast.
Too furious.
All right, so Numerius, not much time goes by as you finally have reached the bottom, and you do see Isra kind of circling about. He does notice you as you kind of look up and signal him, and he sort of flies back and lands beside you. Are you injured?
Well, very much so. However, I was able to make the descent without falling. What happened to the others? I only had word from Roswell, according to Akira's notes.
Akira and Roswell have survived their fall and
Excellent.
are hoping to regroup back at the place at which we made camp.
The howling winds lead me to believe that the others were also in danger. Do you know what happened to the Tebranai and Kindra?
2 were swept from the mountain down the southern peak, and 1 fled on foot.
Please move to them if you're capable of helping.
And he just sort of bows and then takes off again, just soaring. The other 2, Light, Tebran, and Kindra, he lands relaying the same message to you and the fate of the others.
All right, well, I guess we should make our way back to camp then.
All right.
We do this.
You
Do this.
All right, so takes probably the better part of half an hour for some of you to kind of like hike out around. It's not super hospitable terrain as it is kind of sheer cliff faces and rocks, and the wind and kind of driving sleet and rain just makes it absolutely miserable to go anywhere. Visibility is very low. It's heavily obscured throughout, and without a little bit of angelic help, it would be very difficult to find your way. But Isra does guide you successfully back around, Numerius arriving first, and then Kindra and Light Tebran. Dark Tebran, what is Dark Tebran doing?
It's making its way.
Goodbye. Oh.
All right, so
Peace out.
at the base of the mountain, the winds abated a bit, but still driving sleet and rain. All of you soaked thoroughly to the core, shivering, regrouping after what can only be considered overwhelming failure. What would you like to do?
Thanks, DM.
At least we didn't make a lich this time.
Well,
I suppose we
About
have
that.
basically set the bar on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, you always want to look for the positive, right? That felt positive.
It
Yeah?
was positively
Um,
painful.
I guess in the sense that we're not dead, yes. Yep, go ahead.
Here's a dumb question. Is that one of the only ways to charge up the things? Like, do we have to do that?
You know, I'm a little unclear on the arcane theory behind it. So,
Kira, did you read about it?
well, in your journal that from your parents, it says how to charge the keys.
It does?
Yeah, there are instructions in there somewhere.
I don't remember that
I
part.
get blown off the mountain. Oh,
Oh gosh. I would like to take a moment and try and shield myself from the rain a little bit.
Cause
Stand under one of my taller kindred to recollect back to my notes.
All right. As
Karut
the
took all the books.
pages
Well-
getting sort of smattered with rain, and you kind of have to hold them down on both sides, or they kind of
I will protect the book.
splatter about at all costs. I
With your
cast shield of faith on the book. Now as
I will
an AC
stand
of
over
2.
her.
You do takes a little bit in the storm to go through, and you do find a section talking about the swords, and it says in order to charge them, you must harness elemental energy, and that the way that they know of that's listed in this is to kill sort of greater elemental beings.
Okay, great. That's the part is the greater part,
Yeah.
not just so the 4 elementals we fought in that trap earlier is not necessarily gonna do it.
Yeah, they go on.
Okay.
They go on to sort of expound about how elementals in the actual material plane, not all of them still have a strong tethered connection to whatever various elemental plane of chaos that they came from. And so you need beings that are still kind of tied into that plane, because literally
Okay.
what you're doing is you're using them to act as a conduit for the energy to pass from an elemental plane through to the material plane in a pure form.
Well, okay, I just wanted to make sure. So that sounds like it, huh?
Yeah. So I could possibly legend lore it, but I feel like it's not really gonna help us much.
Yeah.
I think we know what we need to do.
But how to do it is the question.
Yes, and I don't think Legend Lore is going to fix our atrocious.
by summarizing some offline conversations, you should banish the creature. I will get you as close as I can, Kendra, and that should give us enough time to weather the storm that doesn't blow us off the mountains in order to surround it. And by the time it comes back, we can then bring our full force to bear, much like it did to us this time.
Sounds like a good idea.
Also,
Down from a multi-hour conversation.
we
I mean,
should.
this is spontaneous right now, but I think
Oh,
we
you
all
are a tactical mastermind.
Maybe we shouldn't keep the key swords inside the bag of holding.
That's also a good idea.
Yes, it's something we should
Very,
have thought
very
about
spontaneous of you.
before we went up there. So I pulled both of them out.
What are the types of key source that are available, DM?
We've got it in our party loot, I think.
Yeah, I've lost track of who has what on whom.
Oh, there's a.
The short sword was the one that I put in the thing.
We didn't write that one down, but yeah.
Got that's bigger, but one-handed still.
All that we have written down is longsword.
Ah,
That is a type of sword.
I'm writing the other one in.
I am concerned about who chooses or who we choose to take the key swords as well. Based on what we've read about.
What would that be?
Well, I think that our intentions with the sword have to be pure or something. I just don't think
Pure or
that
something.
certain people should wield it.
Dark Tavern is just like staring at you dead-eyed.
Just so we're clear, I managed to charge a sword.
Oh,
I'm
did
not.
you?
When?
We think so. When we
Well, but what Roswell just read seems to indicate that no.
No, you just stuck it in the hole.
I thought Siora did it.
well, no, we killed the elemental, right? And
Yeah, but
and
it
that
wasn't.
was our assumption all this time was that you had to kill elementals. So
Yes,
we've been
but I don't
wrong
think
this
it was a
whole time.
strong enough elemental.
a greater elemental, I believe, is the operative.
Yeah.
That's why I was double checking right now before we.
Well, the key is stuck, so
Yeah.
Let's handle this one issue at a time.
Do you think we could convince the giant kid get in our bag of holding so we could bring him to the?
Like,
Yes,
excuse me, Mr. Giant, we just want to stab you a little bit.
We're gonna bring you to one. Hold your breath. We'll finish it in a little bit.
So I personally think that Numeria should have one.
I believe that a longsword would be the best in my hands.
Not that you have to use it the whole time or whatever, but to have it on you, I think would be a good idea. Also, I don't know. Should we try to charge both? Can you uncharge something once it's charged? Like, what if both
I believe
swords?
The word is discharge, but okay.
What did I say?
Uncharge.
Hey, I like that. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think
how it
giving
works.
two out and not having like one out, one stored is probably a better bet because we don't know what's going to happen.
And presumably it needs to strike the killing strike. So you can only do that once.
Roswell, going in your reading, you didn't see any specifics about whether or not like a killing blow had to be struck.
It doesn't need to be the killing blow.
Yeah.
Oh, so can we just like stab it and run away?
It can absorb the energy without being the thing that actually like kills it, right? So if you kill the elemental, the energy is released. So as long as it's there.
Oh, so as long as it's close to it while it's dying.
It's a little bit vague on that part, but as long as it's there, the energy can be absorbed. And from
In which case, we should only.
From what you're witnessing, this entire mountain is basically just teeming with elemental energy.
So we can just Dustbuster turn it on and suck the storm right now.
Maybe we should inspect the swords. Maybe there's something that we're missing, that we haven't really looked at them.
we have looked at them.
Have we?
I looked at them. when we
Akira,
got
the process has been laid out word for word. We must defeat the creature in command of the elements, and then take the sword's energy. Take the energy of the elements into the sword.
I want to hold one of the swords and observe it while we're kind of in this, elemental
Stalemate.
area. Yeah. Does anything feel different about it? Are any of the runes lighting up? Like, what's going on?
Make an investigation roll.
I'm so good at those. I'll do it.
Can I render aid?
Are you proficient in investigation?
I am indeed.
All right. Do so at advantage then, Roswell.
Thank you, please.
Boy, was that necessary.
I'm clearly not good with like weapons that aren't, that are real. Do better with like ones that I float up there, and this looks nothing like a needle.
With a 9 for investigation, as we're getting in the habit of saying our rolls.
Oh, sorry. I did badly. It's a 3 and a 9.
With a 9, looking at them, they do sort of seem to remain pristine, even though sort of the general chaos and rain, sleet, and all of that, but nothing beyond that really sticks out at you.
I don't really know weapons, so
Dark Tebron is gonna step around, like clearly giving the other Tebron a wide berth, and is gonna hold out his hand towards you.
I look Dark Tebron in the eye, kind of squinting. Yeah?
Can I see it? I know a thing or two about weapons. I wasn't planning on stabbing any of you with it.
Okay. I was just... Here it is. I hand it over. And step back a couple feet.
He just rolls his eyes and turns away and kind of like swings it around once or twice, like kind of testing the balance, and looks it over, just trying to see I guess just any sort of reaction or...
Feels like a normal sword. You can definitely sort of, having held both kind of mundanely crafted and magically crafted items, you can definitely tell that there is magic in how this was fabricated. It's pristinely
+1.
Pristinely balanced, and doesn't appear to have any signs of wear or aging or anything like that. The edge is immaculately sharp.
And does there, like, because I think he's thinking about what Akira had said, does there seem to be any difference between when Roswell was holding it and when he's holding it?
Make an investigation roll.
Oh, damn.
23.
It comes with an instruction manual.
Yeah, I know.
As you unscrew the pommel, it's just a step by step. So just moving it around, going back and forth, you notice no difference.
I mean, out of those of us that actually use hand-to-hand weapons, I'm the only one here who doesn't have some sort of arcanely crafted one. And it doesn't appear to have tarnished and begun dripping black ooze in my hands, so I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that it doesn't matter who the person is that's wielding it.
Right now it's just a sword, but with the power of the elements...
Why would elemental magic care who absorbs it? And
Isra, can you tell the story about Dorashan again?
Which portion of it?
And how he wielded the power of the elemental and tore the elemental plane into the material plane, and now everything is ripped into two, and shadows and
right, but was that because
Harpies.
The magic didn't like him, or because he wielded it improperly?
I don't know with what purpose he was trying
I mean,
or was trying to use.
I think he accomplished his purpose. My
Right.
impression was that it was his goal to separate the two.
Your
Or maybe it was
recollections
just
of the
like-
story are quite precise.
Right.
Oh.
So it's not that by the factor of the random word we've assigned to Dark Tebrin's name.
It's really just Tebrin, actually.
I think
thought
it
there
has
was
to do
the-
with your true intentions, to be
There's a
honest.
tangible aura to you. Is that not correct?
To
Right,
light
like
Tebrin, yes.
Light Tebrin has an
Yeah,
aura.
it is glowing, yes.
And then conversely, Dark Tebrin is
Just kind of
regular.
there.
Darker.
So
Yeah.
he's actually normal Tebrin, and then we have weird Tebrin.
I step up to normal, non-glowing Tebrin and look him in the eye. Not just one, just both of them.
I do have to.
What is your
all the hair sometimes.
yeah.
That's fair.
What is your intent?
My intent is to do what we came here to do so that we can get the fuck out of here.
Language.
No, and after that,
And after
hap-
that, what?
What happens after that? Do you leave us? Do you?
He kind of shifts uncomfortably and
back?
he's like glancing over at the other one. He's like, oh, depends on what that one does.
Doesn't it feel weird to be two different? I look at the both of them. Like, don't you feel odd?
The glowing Tebra does look visibly uncomfortable, and the other one just kind of shrugs. Actually, this is really the ideal situation, I think.
So
It's
you're
what
gonna.
I've been trying to be for the last 80 years.
So you're gonna leave us after this.
Like I said, it depends on what he does.
Well, it doesn't sound like you like anything he does. So
Yes, I don't particularly. Not to mention the fact that I think that if he stays, you're not going to want me around.
I think you're great.
He turns around and like actually like you can see he's like you know him well enough to know when he has that kind of like showman's mask on, and it drops for just a second and he actually smiles at Kendra.
who gets to date Siora?
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god!
I mean, I don't see why this has to be a choice.
Well, I'm just saying we've got some downtime, and I want to know. Oh God, this.
No, Mary starts
I'm not against it.
his camp. That okay.
Okay.
She's gonna be thrilled, I think. Ugh.
So mechanically, Nomarius is in possession of the longsword keysword. Is that still correct, or is this the one that Tebrin is holding?
Right now it's in my hands, but I mean, you
Well-
can take it if you want.
Yeah. And then I pull the short
One of
sword
my
out
hands.
of the bag, or wherever the short sword.
The short sword
Question.
does
Do you have it,
more for
Kendra? Or
me.
I mean,
One question, other character. You're gonna use the swords one-handed, correct?
I would, yes.
So it might make more sense for you to have the short sword then, if you're only
Yeah.
gonna.
That's a smaller damage die. Why would
Oh,
you?
is it okay? Well,
Te-
because
if
Tebrin
we're
can do
if we're
that.
gonna have both of them out, Nemarius should have the long sword and I should have the short sword, because otherwise I can't use my sneak attack.
Right.
Oh, that's right.
the
no.
light
The Moonblade is special; it's not default.
special.
So
I just assumed the Moonblade was a short sword.
No, it's a long sword.
Oh, sneaky.
Very kind DM gave it the finesse property.
Actually, Ancient Elves gave it the finesse property.
Yeah.
I merely found it like that.
who should take the short sword then?
Tebrin.
But why male models?
What?
Tebrin, somehow
Like,
sensing
sentence in stone.
the joke is going to hand the long sword off to Nomarius and take the short sword.
Dark Tavern?
Yes.
Normal Tebrin.
Non-glowing Tebron.
Oh god, I hate all of you.
Oh god.
You did this
You
to
did
us.
this. I used to play one character.
All right.
While we're sitting here, I'd like to cast Prayer Healing at 3rd level on everyone.
All right.
Katie, decide where you want to go. Jeepers.
Go back to
Also,
Dora's cam.
That's
and
for
this,
everybody?
this is glowing Tebron right now, kind of turning back towards Kendra and says, I mean, you didn't. I lost a bit of the conversation at one point, but didn't you say that you found elves?
Yes.
Are they elves that would be useful? Like, are they elves that could use a sword?
One of them was running away very fast,
Okay, so probably not that one then.
and the other one lives in a hut.
That doesn't give me enough information to extrapolate from.
To be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure as to their capabilities or whether they didn't seem to want to help because they sent us up here without following with us. If we could go and
you did
ask-
see them fire a longbow.
I'm accounting for 14 healing. Is that right?
Yes.
One of them fired a longbow, which puts their capabilities in the range of level 1 to level 20. We really have no way of knowing.
All right, well, I mean, you've met them, I haven't. Do you think they would be willing to help? Clearly, we could use another
That's actually a good question, Tebrin.
sword or two.
Tebrin, what do you think, having met them? Here, why don't you talk to Tebrin and tell Tebrin your thoughts on the people you met, Tebrin.
Dark Trevor is kind of like still examining the short sword and like just not looking up. Just goes, well, I think she was a right bitch, and that's about the sum total of my opinion. Unfortunately,
Language.
probably also. Decent with a bow.
Well, Tebrin, does that answer your question?
He's looking back between the two. Not really, no.
We could go down and meet. Are you allowed into our half of the world? I don't know how it works.
Are there halves of the? Well, I mean, we're both.
Oh, we
here.
appeared in one place, and you appeared in the other place. Can we go to those places? Look, the whole splitting planes, multiple people thing is very confusing. I'm not sure how it works.
Confusing for you.
Yes.
To like one of you.
Thank God.
Yes.
I mean,
Well, we've seen this before.
There being two of me.
No, two of someone else.
Who, Siora?
Correct.
Oh. It's just that's a good point.
oh my God, if she came here, would she be like 4 people?
Though she also seemed to have control over that one, and like Tepid is like glaring at the other one, and it's just like, which
Wait. Do you think
does
it's
not seem to be the
contagious?
case here.
It might be contagious. That's what happens.
You have.
It's an STD.
Is this an STD?
We've solved it. We've cracked the code.
Splitmidia. That's what it's called. It's terrible.
Did you say split media?
Quality content we're here for.
Jesus Christ.
I really don't belong on streams. Go on.
So, are we going to
Language.
do this again today, or do we want to wait till tomorrow?
Seems to be in our best interest to go with as much of a clean slate as we can.
If that's the case, were you wanting to meet with the elves and see if they would help us, or?
I was merely presenting an option to the party.
I can't remember how long it took us to get here from there. Was it an hour?
It's like a day.
It was a day. So
Not
that
a full
probably
day, but the better part of the day.
that's probably not the best.
Level 3 spell slot to spare could have that particular conversation.
What conversation? Oh, by yeah, I can't do that though.
According to my character sheet, I still have 2 level 3 spell slots.
Character sheets, I hope.
Plus, I've not met
Well, no, because
them.
I'm tracking. Okay, yeah, Dark Tavern has all 3, and Light Tavern has 2. I think. I can try, but it's hard to cast sending to somebody you've never met.
I don't. Can you?
One of you met them.
The other tavern is just has this look of disgust on his face.
Can you like mind meld and like share? Put your foreheads together.
I'm not touching that.
That he's a person.
I'm not. This is all the non-glowing tavern. I'm not. This is a good distance. I like this distance. They're standing on opposite sides of the camp.
I think that you two need to spend some time together. You are, after all, the same person, and maybe that would help you be put back together.
Again, not really the goal. And the other tavern behind him is just like shaking his head at you. He's like, yes, the goal.
Yeah. I don't think that you're meant to be apart.
Seem to be managing just fine so far.
Oh, you call this managing? We're doing real good there, sweetie.
We're not dead.
That's 1 point.
Okay, so let's come up with a real plan. Let's go. Do we want to recruit help? It will take us a whole day. How many days do we have left? Did we tell them 1 week or 2 days? If we only have 2 days, this is not going to work, and we're going to have to go right now.
We are on. I think we are partway through. So we have like 3.5 days left right now.
Okay, so do we want to waste a day recruiting help
No.
with people whom we may not get help from?
But we do have the ability to send a message
Do we
We
want to do that?
through.
We've had one long rest, so I think this is technically still day 2 that we're before this long rest. Out of 4, as far as I know.
Out of 5.
4 or 5. Let's round it to 5.
I'm gonna look at my notes. Okay.
Because I have been trying to keep track. So according to this, we are on day 4 currently. Or on day 2. We're on day 4 counting down.
If you complete a long rest, you will have completed 2 days here, and you will be on the beginning of the 3rd day.
I don't know if that's Dark Dora or Light Dora telling me which way that they're counting down. Yeah, so that's fine. Either way, we're good.
But, I mean, again, somebody can send a message. We can.
I cannot send a message, and I'm not sure if I could, if I wanted to send a message to someone that I've never met before.
Is
So, who
is-
met?
What is the text of sending?
If only there were resources to look up
I have a
spells.
question
Yeah,
about.
you send
our
a short
course.
message of 25 words or less to a creature with which you are familiar.
What's your question?
The question is, do we have the right to ask these people, whomever they are or wherever they are, to risk their lives for this endeavor?
They can always say no. They can always say no to
Because
Marius.
the right thing for us doesn't automatically bleed over into the right thing for others. And as soon as you impose that, you become a tyrant. And regardless of your intent, it is wrong to expect or demand that. Now, asking, I don't have a problem with, but it does feel like that might cause some people to be offended, even at the asking. You're asking them to risk their lives. That thing up there was by far the mightiest thing I've ever faced. And I faced him for half a second and was soundly defeated. And I've killed a dragon, mostly alone. So
That's actually fair.
While being hit by other party
while being facing also teammates. I'm not sure which Tebren's responsible for that.
The Tebrins point at each other.
I think you have a good point, though.
It's hard for me to ask that of those people whom I do not know and I did not meet.
I could agree with that.
But I think asking and letting them make their own choice, we present an opportunity. Everybody has choices that they can make or that they decide to,
Well, I was simply asking, and I would have never enforced it, right? But I was simply asking if even asking is the right course of action. Personally, I wouldn't, but if you know them better, then by all means. I just don't know it. From my perspective, these are strangers, and I wouldn't begin to bring those people into it.
I mean, who knows? Maybe they've been looking to take this down all along.
When you met them, do they live here? Do they reside here? Did they rescue you? Did they help you?
They helped us, but to be honest, we rescued them.
And also,
Okay.
Don't we have an angel that might be able to weigh in on this?
I believe Isra will tell us to take whatever path we feel is necessary for us. But if you'd like to weigh in, sir, we can.
I have concerned myself that I have involved you in a task which may be beyond your means. Bringing others in without assurance that their means are aspiring to the same goal and capable of surviving such thing would be ill-advised.
Well, like I said, I was just bringing up something for the party to consider if we wanted to try to bring in an extra set of hands or two.
I could augury this dilemma. I will, as a ritual, cast augury.
All right. And what is the specific course of action that you would like to declare?
Should we, as a party, elect...
Can't be a question. You have to say the statement of the action you plan to take, and then it'll tell you if it's good or bad.
Sending a message to the elves for assistance in our quest. Is it a good idea? Bad idea? Or a good bad idea?
All right. So you begin preparing the ritual. And what does Akira's version of augury consist of?
I lay out ornate cards that have snowy owls on them. And yes, that.
So just sort of reading the cards.
And I read the cards.
All right. So slowly and deliberately going through. And in 11 minutes time about, we will have an answer. In the meantime, Kendra, you feel a set of hands on your shoulders. And then you hear a familiar voice, the voice of Demilius again. Did somebody say you need some extra helping hands? Sorry, I couldn't help but eavesdrop on this entire process. You all almost died. That was terribly more entertaining than listening to you talk. But I'm glad you survived, obviously. I believe we still have goals in which to accomplish here. Would you agree? Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful. So, as I stressed before, our our goals here probably aligned more so than you can grasp, but I am here to help you, just as you're here to help me. So, I've been digging around a bit, and I think there's something that perhaps we could work out in all of this. It would make your life so much easier, and that would be so nice for your friends or allies, whatever. Um, is that something you'd be interested in?
This sounds. You feel very persuasive. Um, yes, absolutely.
So, you're all fighting a common enemy, and we'd also like to make sure that, and you can feel like two hands in your head just sort of like turn it over towards Isra, the angel. Somebody doesn't survive the encounter, right? That would be terrible. But if you just straight up kill him, then all of your friends would be like, "No, why did you do that, Kendra? You're pure evil," and that doesn't suit us at all either. Because
Have you been practicing your Roswell impression? That was very good.
She is likely my next apprentice. She just doesn't know it yet. So, let me cut to the chase here. I've managed to tap in a little bit of the fury of Glacia, and let's just say that if you're willing to pledge the kind of eternal devotion that I know you're so desperately awaiting, I could perhaps allow you to channel energy much beyond that which you would have, and you could bury this whole moat in a swarm of hellfire from above, and next to nothing would survive that, not even whatever this giant elemental creature is, and all for a simple pledging of your soul to Glacia. And even better, I have, I shouldn't tell you this, I really shouldn't, but I like you, so I think I will. This energy, it would be a single one-time thing. However, someone as adept at casting, naturally so, of course, you're such a natural talent, might be able to harness some of the lingering energy to use for their own purposes, should they have the appropriate wiles in the moment. What do you think? It might hurt a little bit to cast at first, but you know what they say, pain is pleasure.
That is very tempting. But I think it's a little unfair to pledge yourself to somebody for eternity to receive a one-time thing.
Well,
Also, killing everything on the mountain. We're on the mountain. My friends are on the mountain.
well, it's hyperbole. I forget how lost descriptions like this are on you. There's a confined area of effect to this swarm of meteors.
Perhaps
if
a radius sphere.
if you'd like, at any rate, you could conveniently include or not include, depending on where you did this. Just don't have everyone standing in the same place. Or, well then, lights out.
Is he here or is he whispering like in my head? Like the people.
What do
I'm with the party, right? Like
You see Kendra just sort of like talking and like gesturing, but you don't say anything.
Can I confer?
We are conferring.
Right, but you know what they say. 4 eyes are great, but 6 eyes are cool.
Let
Cool squad, mic drop.
You are terribly odd. Let me try to spell this out for you. If you want power, this is our ticket to the top. You refuse this, you probably aren't going to get another one. This comes straight from Glacia herself. One-time offer. You think it over, and you let me know. Soon.
Okay.
I don't like to be kept waiting, and it is dreadfully boring to wait for you creatures to sleep and wake up again.
I will, I'll give you a call.
Good. Great. Ciao.
Ciao, darling. Hey, regular Tebrin.
Yeah. He has like
Get on
halfway
early.
through that, like came down and sat next to you, is just like,
So, regular Tebrin. I
Yes.
just got an offer.
oh really?
Yes.
Ooh.
An all-powerful devil man who works for an extra all-powerful devil god thing of the hell circles.
I am not a historian, but I'm reasonably sure that that's not the name for any of those things, but carry on.
Thank you. Offered me the ability to blow the fuck out of the
Mind it.
giant.
Alright, that seems like the sort of thing that has a butt attached to it.
Right. Yes. I have to pledge myself to Glacia, the devil woman of the circle of hell. What do
Alright.
you think? I'll also have to kill the angel. What do you think?
I presume we're not having this conversation.
No, we're not directly next to everybody, presumably.
Yeah, I think I'd probably be helping with Akira's ritual. So I'm distracted.
Well, and he kind of like straightens out a little bit and like actually sits facing you. Is that what you want?
Well,
I'm not talking about the power. I'm saying that swearing your name to something isn't something to do lightly.
I sort of like to, you know,
You can only lose your freedom once.
right. I quite like, you know, doing my own thing. But we would kill the giant.
We would. I mean, it's a bit. I ask because, like I said, if this is the path you want to pursue, then I'll have your back. But it should be something that you want, not just something that's convenient.
But
There's always
everything
more
I do is
power
for
in
convenience.
freedom than. I'm just saying. I mean, if you wanted to claw your way up to the top that way, and I might get a little bit of a kickback from it, all well and good, but I wouldn't make that deal myself. You can. I don't like cages, and that may be a very pretty one. It's a hell of a cage.
You're probably right.
I almost invariably am. Yes.
You haven't said anything incorrect while you've existed.
Thank you.
You specifically.
Oh no, the other one's an idiot.
Where you're together, you were all over the place.
Like I said, if this is what you want to do, I have your back. I'm not going to let them do anything to you. And he's like gesturing back at the party. But it's something that you should think carefully about.
My PvP side just got stronger.
So, as you two conspire circularly, Akira, your augury reading commences, and you get the wheel result in that this course of action will result in something good and positive.
The cards tell me this is going to be a good thing. I think we should do it.
Amarius, has that assuaged you at all?
Well, I am not one to to take a god's recommendation lightly. Clearly, that is a course of action, and my own imperfections were the one that was what was holding me back.
Very well.
Very real.
Who can communicate with these creatures? Because I cannot.
I have an idea of how we can communicate with them.
Oh, did you rejoin us?
Oh, I guess I'm not with them.
Yeah.
Out of
We're still
character,
having our-
I have an idea of how we can communicate with them.
In character.
We
Shut
did
it.
not meet
Oh,
them.
actually,
We did not meet them, right?
but if one of us casts sending into Kendra's spell storing ring, Kendra did meet them.
Didn't also. Do you
Dark
have that?
Tebrin did also.
Does have that spell.
Yes.
Okay. So,
The Tebrins have sending.
yes.
I cannot give you sending as either. I can't.
I could give you sending. I guess it's just up to whether or not Tebrin is going to use it. If Tebrin is not going to use it, then I will put it in her ring.
Okay, well, maybe we should talk with them.
Okay.
The question is, does Light Tebrin have sending? Because
But
at
light,
the time of the meeting, you be connected.
Was I mean,
Might be able
the
to
thing is that
accomplish this.
that one doesn't seem particularly interested in sending it. I'm happy to send it. I can't guarantee it'll work, but I'll try.
okay. Do you know what to say?
No, what are we
Let's
You
saying?
need to be really precise. You only get 25 words.
All right.
What?
I mean, you know how this works. Sorry.
How does the spell? Is it like a? I assume it's not a checklist of the spell checks if you've been there in person with them, right? It's like if
No,
you.
it's familiar with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is Light Tebrin familiar with them? Really? Did he get any of the memories of regular Tebrin?
I think we resolved it. Dark Tebrin said he would do it.
That was not Dark Tebrin speaking.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right, Dark
Exactly.
Tebrin is still over with Kindred. He's literally
Yeah.
not a part of this conversation.
All
Yeah.
right. All right. So I yell over. Hey,
But
we should. Oh,
Did you not hear me exclaim? The cards say it's a good thing. Let's do this.
Oh, we were talking about something else, actually.
Well, let's
we're
not be
having a
selfish.
conversation.
Join us.
All right. Whose spell slot are we using? And let us move forward.
No, I think we should talk in circles for a while.
okay.
We're going to sleep anyway. You just give me the spell so we can get this over with.
Well, don't we want to give you a better spell in your ring before you go to bed anyway?
Yeah,
All right.
but I can use this and then we can put another spell on it.
Oh my God, give me your fucking ring.
No, you just
Give me the ring!
no. It stays on my finger and you just cast onto it.
Oh, give me your hand, milady.
Uh,
Do you have a spell in there do you got room?
I have room.
I cast sending into the ring begrudgingly.
All right.
Boom.
You now have sending in the spell storing ring. What would you like to do with this information?
I would like to contact Kingsley.
Oh dear.
All right.
No.
I would like to contact the Lich.
XO, need your help, big giant man.
What are we doing with the spell?
I'm going to. I've forgotten their names.
Just contact me. I'm right here.
Asdalia and Lura.
I'm going to contact Asdalia. And say, Giant is tough. Could use your help. Come meet us up the mountain if you want. We attack again tomorrow. hugs and kisses.
All right.
Much.
Make a persuasion roll.
Nice. I'm gonna Tides of Chaos this.
$17.
Actually, since we're going to bed, I'm gonna Ben luck this.
$18.
18.
An extra one, you know? Helps a little bit. Could you get a reply with this one? I think you can, right?
You can, yeah, it's an automatic.
Reply back. I will join you. Tebrin is well. Heed my words. My help is on the way.
Wait, Tebrin is well or Tebrin as well?
Tebrin is well? Question
Okay, I was
mark.
like, wait, another one.
Tebrin is well?
Three
Question mark.
Tebrins.
Can I reply to the?
If
No.
you cast another spell.
Well, guess she'll never know. For the day.
All right.
They say they're coming. Well, one of them's coming at least.
Wonder if you said her name was Asdalia?
I didn't, but yes.
Well,
Her name's Asdalia, by the way, in case you were wondering. In case that brings.
she's the one we're looking for, you know, for the Shadow's Oath.
Yes.
I wonder if she'd want to go
Why?
back.
Why didn't you mention this to anybody?
There was a lot of information, and I forgot her name.
Don't see, it's super relevant.
Yes. I was here for the elemental energy.
So, what did you? Well, now I can see why this would be a good thing. Sort of. Did you get any information that is helpful for our payment back to? I don't remember her name right now. The second, it's not coming to my head.
Well, don't worry about that.
Margravine?
But before you go through your
Margarine.
notes, the answer to my question will be no, regardless.
Okay, well, it's a good thing she's
if
coming.
you did not make any notes on it, I did not make any notes on it.
I have notes. I just don't feel like.
Does
flipping
anyone
20
have
pages?
anything they would like to do before a long rest is attempted?
Yes.
I would like to cast.
Akira, you see a library in the distance. You didn't notice it before. All right. What would
I
you
would
like
like
to do?
I would like to cast Banishment into my ring.
All right. Done. Roswell.
I would like to ask for divine intervention right now, today, before I go to bed. And I'm going to sit down and I'm going to pray to Istis and try to sow in the rain.
All right.
Still. And I'm going to ask for some type of boon or great help with the endeavor tomorrow.
All right. Go ahead
Roll
and give.
1d.
I'll search there so that we can see the roll.
Roll 1. Okay, I'm closing my eyes and hitting return. Wow, that could not be farther from what I needed.
98.
It's this rain really sucks. It's breaking my concentration. I will talk to you again tomorrow. Okay.
No reply.
Yeah.
All right. Akira.
I would like to cast Greater Restoration on Isra, hopefully taking away an exhaustion level.
Indeed, you are successful in that, as he's starting to look a bit more just sort of like normal in stature. He's not hunched over. And you can see that even as you do that, his glow sort of becomes warmer and more healthy.
Okay. And with Isra, I would also like to pray to the goddess of Athena and divine intervention.
All right.
So to our dearest goddess Athena, please help us in Isra's great quest to overcome the storm giant and to defeat him so we can restore this great civilization. And yeah. What am I rolling?
D100.
Oh my
My
god.
God! It was a 13. So freaking close.
There's no way I can bend luck that, right?
Nope. Unless you want to try to use your magic to meddle with the gods.
Oh, let's not do that.
What if I cast Bane on Akira? JK.
Literally couldn't have got any
Very
closer.
close.
You can't give Kendra the option to meddle with the gods.
Yeah.
Don't put that in her head.
I feel like I already have, but all right. Anyone else have anything?
I would like to go to the restroom personally.
All right. So let's take a 5-minute break,
Okay.
and we will have long rested when we come back. So, see all of you in 5.
Notes.
We have survived much longer than I thought we would. It's just bravo.
It helps when we talk in circles around each other for an hour and a half.
It certainly does. All right, well, we're back. The party has completed a long rest.
Dun, 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 dun. That's officially the
Since a
sound.
milestone, we've gotten to the end of the long rest.
Please.
Nice.
Please.
So, not too long after you've all woken, you awaken. Storm continues to rage, and you see a figure sort of on the edge of your camp, just kind of sitting atop one of the rocks, just sort of looking over you, hood up, other part of a cloak sort of cast across their face, just kind of sitting there, bow on their back, hunched over, just sort of wringing their hands a little bit, watching. And as you kind of look up and notice, they sort of give you a nod.
Is that the...
I take it you're Asdalia. Pleasure. I appreciate the aid.
Are you well?
It's a bit of an existential question for this early in the morning.
Which one's talking?
This is Light Teprin.
Okay.
Suppose it'd be better if we didn't almost get killed by a giant yesterday.
Well, perhaps we can alleviate that today.
Does our new companion have an aura of their own?
She does not.
Is it in the same manner that Dark Tebran does not?
You are unfamiliar with the manners in which people do not have light auras, but she does not
That's
have an
weird.
aura of light.
Hmm.
Well, I suppose that means that we have one more ranged person now than we did. Have we decided? Are we keeping? And he's just like shifting and like looks over at Dark Tebran. Are you keeping him ranged, or is he going up with a key sword, or what's going on here?
Well, you know your strengths, right?
Sure. I also know my weaknesses, armor class and HP being one of them.
I think here's the
What
thing.
strange terms you use.
Yeah. I think given this win situation, we take what we can get.
Okay.
Like, because we need to progress towards it, right?
All right. I mean, then let's equip ourselves to try to stake ourselves to the mountain, and
Mm-hmm.
I guess there's no point in putting this off.
Are we going to tie ourselves together this time?
Yes, and I think stake along the way as well, if possible.
Yeah. So we've got the toe grips for on our boots that we can kind of anchor ourselves a little bit.
It's not a bungee cord. If you go off the cliff and stop at 50 feet, that's going to hurt. Then you're going to bounce against the cliff. No, I'm just...
Oh, then let's not fall off the cliff. Goal number 1. Don't fall off the cliff.
Looking around, is there any like large sticks that are sturdy enough to be like a walking stick of some sort or something?
I mean, you're in a forest. It's easy enough to find. Yeah, you can find any size stick you desire.
Okay, I'd like to do that. Maybe something to help me stay put.
Don't know what kind of stick does that, but you can certainly pick up the stick.
I would like a stick that casts banishment at will. Is there one of those like around?
On a gravity stick.
Yes, a gravity stick. Exactly. Perfect.
An immovable rod would be perfect. Click.
Actually, it would be in this case.
We used to have one of those. That was the other campaign. Shit.
How are you feeling today, Isra? I think it's a good day for completing your quest. Yes?
Each day we have a quest to do is a good day.
Very
Thanks, sister.
Today is a good day to die.
We are not going to die today. Okay.
So Kira's the
Wait.
first one to go then, huh? Is that how it happens?
Hey,
You said it out loud.
it's not going to happen today. Positivity. Yes. All right. So let's tie ourselves together.
How much
Who do we
slot-
want to be together?
How much? Yeah, I think that Marius and Kinder were trying to get up ahead.
Oh, yes. Are you casting invisibility?
In our discussions, Tebran was going to, but that is up to Tebran.
Kebrins.
Tebran's.
Yes. Who
Tebran
I
I.
am visibling.
Hebronite.
Well, this is the thing. So 2 Tebrans means 2 concentrations, right?
Yes.
That means that you could cast it on both of us.
I don't. As in,
Or upcast it.
because I mean, I think you can do it on 2 people at its default level. Or are you saying that you want to split the concentration across 2 people?
I Can you cast it on 2 people?
I'm pretty
If
sure.
only there was a
Base level?
description of the spell somewhere
I'm
that you
pretty
could
sure
read.
you have to upcast it, right?
You
Oh,
can
no,
cast
yeah,
it
it
at
is.
a higher level.
I know the answer, but I just want to be an asshole.
Yes,
Well,
so it
you
would
are a
be
DM.
third.
Only someone could link it.
Yeah.
Oh, I
If only
guess I
there
could
was
do
some
that.
sort of electronic resources that we could all tap into that would display these answers for everyone.
Like one button click, and we'd all know.
Just hold up your book.
Maybe somebody someday will invent something like that.
So yeah, it would be third level.
Or you can use 2 second levels. It's your choice.
One
And you
spell
know if
slot
it's
or
2 concentrations?
Remember, Tebrin is completely severed, so
Oh, right.
All right, well, let's do this.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think 2 level 2s, 1 from each of them.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
And
Um,
then you, me, and other Teb tied together? Or no?
I mean, where do you want me? Do you want me up front with a key sword, or do you want me back with a bow?
You're going to hate this, but maybe both the Tebrins should be tied together.
I was actually kind of thinking that, like we have 3 teams.
Okay.
You can put a lot of slack between you.
Uh-huh.
You could do like 20 feet of slack. You don't have to touch each other.
And then me and you?
Yeah.
Okay.
together again.
As Dahlia.
Oh,
what
yes.
What do you want to do?
What are your strengths?
Well, she just sort of looks over. After hearing your plan, I will stay as far away from most of you as possible.
Wait, why?
I don't want to be flung off a mountain with a bunch of people attached to me.
I was saying.
I will be fine. I can take care of myself.
But
But I mean,
Didn't say
you also
ourselves. That's encouraging.
You also don't have to. This is Light Tebrin, by the way. Dark Tebrin is still stuck on the idea of having to be tied to the other one.
Light Tebrin's slightly more nasally, so we can tell.
Hey guys.
Hey!
have you fought the storm giant before?
I have not had occasion to. There's no real reason to come up here unless you're trying to harness elemental energy to complete some sort of ritual of sorts. I tried to
Do you know
steer.
about the key swords?
Of course.
Do you know how they work?
Yes, they're keys that open the Temple of the Elders.
You know about the Temple of the Elders?
Yes.
Akira,
Yes.
time to get going.
But
Here,
Oh, no.
we
Look
can
over here.
ask her all these questions after we successfully kill the giant with no loss of life. Let's go.
okay,
She's
Lead
not
the
a
way.
book. She's not a book.
but people can be books.
Okay.
That's not
They're called. That's called authors, and that's just different.
People are like books. We
Okay.
judge them by their covers.
All right.
I feel like this metaphor is getting away from us.
Mhm.
Isra puts his hand on your shoulder, Kira. It is a time for actions, not words.
Okay, and I'll tie myself to Roswell.
I think we should have 15 feet of slack between us.
We'll have 15 feet of
Okay.
slack.
All right. I'm gonna do one more divine intervention in the morning because I just, why not? Hail Mary. Hey sis, remember what I talked about last night? I was just wondering if you there's a weird connection because I'm in this place where I'm glowing though. You should be able to, but just some type of help. I mean, I know I've been away from the order for a while and I should probably stay there and do more work, but this feels like work. So anyway, any help or boon today would be amazing.
I roll a 100.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see it.
Okay. I rolled a 33.
If you'd like to make a call, please hang up and try again.
I think I've been asking you too much for stuff. I mean, it started with the worm thing, and I'm really trying to only save this for big stuff.
If you know your deity's extension,
It's
please
really
dial it
big.
now.
Okay. Next time. Signing off. Okay.
All right. Who's going where when?
And as we start heading up the mountain, I'm going to shoot off a quick brain message to Devil Boy.
Hey,
letting
what
him
are you
know-
doing? Hey, I don't like your expression.
Hey, you look all dreamy-eyed.
Hey, you should like this expression. As I send him a no.
We're invisible, right?
All right.
I will when we get close to the
We
top.
should probably wait.
Yes. We wasted it at the bottom of the mouth.
Concentration for an hour. I didn't realize how far we had gone, but okay.
Excuse me.
All right. So
sorry.
are we? Is Nemarius the only front person then?
I'm
going-
literally going to be carrying.
No, but I mean, are we sending a Tebran up front or no?
Oh, that's entirely up to the Tiber.
I think we can. Yeah, like I think it's Kendra and Nemarius first. The Tebrans try and follow along, next, and Akira and I are trying to bring up the rear.
Okay.
I mean, we're still all gonna move as fast as we can, right? But the rush is to get Nemarius up there quicker.
Based on the range and the movement, we should have the cleric second because both.
That's true.
Both Tebran and Tebran both have good range.
And can run very
compared
fast.
to a lot of your spells.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, like, my speed's not great. That's why I was the
Then
reality
you
of how
should
far I can
definitely
get.
be as close as possible. Then, yeah.
Sure. I mean, I'm going to be dashing as much as I can, but I just know I'm not going to be as fast, even
right.
turn-wise.
But
You are
I'll
dashing.
be behind you. You be first, and I'll be behind you.
As we scale the mountain, nearing the part where you kind of round the corner and crest up onto the top, Akira has
High
a
five.
question.
No, I
Oh.
just wanted to cast guidance on Isra before everything started. Be my last thing to do.
All right.
Oh my God. Yeah, hang on. And then no. This is good. This is preparation stuff.
Yes.
I'm going to slap a death word on Nemarius.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Should I give that to Ken?
Oh. Where's my character?
And I will link it. And it is not a concentration. So basically, Death Ward is first time you would drop to 0 hit points, you come back up to 1. So I'm gonna slap that on you. Boom.
Excellent. I have put an icon on my character to denote that and invisibility. Let's see. Ooh, that's that one.
Okay. And
Uh,
I'm also going to slap it on myself.
Is that exactly how you do it too?
No,
Don't die, slap.
pretty much, yeah.
I will as well give that to Kendra, Death Ward.
As Dahlia casts Pass Without Trace, so
Not including Nomarius. Oh,
no, it's anyone within. I don't know why it doesn't like full spells. Oh.
Did you use the skull for Death Ward?
Veil of Shadows and Silence
I did,
radiates
but-
from you.
the floating skull thing around the circle.
Yeah, I
Each
got that.
creature you choose within 30 feet. So she chooses all of us. As long as you remain within 30 feet, you have plus 10 to stealth.
Okay.
Um,
And I guess the Tebrans are tying themselves together, much
I
to
like
one of theirs chagrin.
I have to stay within a certain range for the pass without trace to stay in effect. Is that
30
correct?
feet.
Hmm. The moment I start rushing forward, that's not going to matter.
Kitten, stop.
All right. So as Dahlia disappears into the shadows with a 38 for stealth.
Oh, it's already gone away. I don't know where she went.
Yep.
I'm also gonna stealth both of these boys. First one is light, second one is dark.
Who else is connected via rope? Roswell and Akira.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep.
Teb and Teb.
21 and 34.
Yeah.
All right.
Should probably try and stealth too, huh?
Yes.
So
As much as your stealths matter, as I walk forward, all of that's going to not matter.
Well,
I'm sorry.
give me a
everybody.
little bit.
Are you casting invisibility?
yes, I have cast. I have accounted
Oh.
for spell slots and concentration.
All right.
But that's only for Nemarius and Kendra.
All right, Kendra, I'm going to sweep you off your feet. Don't take this personal.
All right. What would you all like to do? Just kind of hidden down at the base of this.
What's the distance between as close as we think we can get and the tower?
About 120 feet.
Excellent. Then what I would like to do is, based on Kendra's readiness, and Kendra will let me know, I will rush forward as fast as possible.
All right. So,
Possible.
if you are moving with a dash, it will be disadvantage to your stealth, but it's advantage from invisibility. If you
Excellent.
if you
Then
move
that
at if
will-
you move at normal speed, you won't incur the disadvantage.
And we aren't in rounds yet.
And
The
you aren't in
question
rounds
is-
yet.
Should we move regular speed until it sees us?
Well, the thing is, I don't see it on the map, but that doesn't mean it's not there. So, Casey, as a DM, is there a giant all like, "Hey, I'm up on top of the tower hanging
Make
out,"
a-
or
You don't see a giant on top of the tower. Make a perception roll.
I shall with my invisible shield of eyes, which
Yep.
is called a sentinel shield. I shall. Oh, I'm clicking on the wrong character sheet. I'm like in D&D Beyond, it doesn't click. Perception. Normal roll, and then I'll do it again because I have advantage. Thank God I have advantage.
Thank God. Don't see any.
Clearly, it got better.
Don't see any storm giant.
Then we will proceed at a normal pace.
All right.
I'll whisper out loud. Okay, we're headed off.
And I
Okay.
need stealth rolls from Nomarius and Kendra.
I don't think this is necessary.
At
All right.
advantage.
Mistake to even call for that
Move
skill.
to where you are on the map, please.
All right, Kendra, keep up with me. Can we move? So we're starting at the edge, right?
Yeah.
So I can move
Plus
50
10.
feet with the boots around because of boots of speed. So I'm going to
Yep.
just do a little measuring. And we get to about right there.
And at least this, at right now, they still have passed without trace, correct?
Correct. As Dahlia has moved forward into the trees there. Not that you can see her, but she's there. All right.
Kendra, have you been
And
eating too
Akira,
many
you
sweets?
should be up, yeah. Somewhere around there.
As my weight is insulted, I would like to accept
Razzles
the deal
fun.
from cast Meteor Storm.
I was
down
on the
myself.
fence, but then someone mentioned
All right.
on
As you
myself.
start edging forward, you don't see any indication of the storm giant.
Excellent. I'm assuming that will key as soon as the angel shows his face. So we will start getting closer.
All right. As you take another step forward
Do you
in
need
a
another
kind of
stealth?
crescendoed, thunderous roll, a thunderbolt comes down right on top of where your position is, Numerius and Kindra, and I need
After this first move or the second move? Because I had already just moved again.
after the second move,
Okay.
and then we'll be going to rounds after this. As the you can see looking up as you get to that edge of the structure, the form of the storm giant itself begins to coalesce as it sort of looks down directly at you guys. So this is Thunderbolt, which is one of its legendary actions.
Dexterity.
Dexterity 18. Both you and Kindra, please.
I
Did
feel
the rest of us get a chance to keep moving forward a bit before we roll initiative?
Were you following up back behind them?
I was, yeah.
Then yes, go to where you would have been from there.
I don't know if
Yes, Oh, no.
Oh
we
no.
moved that fast, but we probably would have gone.
All right, so both
There.
of you guys take 4d10.
Low, low, low. You better get lower than a 22. She did.
All right, 17 points of thunder damage to start this off. And let me get to the right layer here. As the giant's form reappears, looking down at you, we are going to clear this and then roll into initiative.
Question. I'm gonna look at this really quick. Is initiative an ability check?
Initiative is a dexterity ability check.
I would like to Tides of Chaos my initiative.
Terrible.
Where it is? There it is. Lots of initiatives.
Okay, 18. I hadn't clicked my character, but it's 18. How do I change that? 18.
All right, is everybody in here? Everybody, get in here.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right. Overall, looking pretty good in terms of our initiative order for the party.
Look at the Tebrins showing off. The Tebrini. That becomes a race later. The Tebrini, especially if you guys get married.
There's just a lot to unpack there.
All
I
right.
can marry you.
So, Tebrin, what would you like to do?
Tebrin.
Can I, since we're next to each other in the initiative, I think we're just going to try to come up behind Kindred and Nomarius and hold
You
on.
want to group up for lightning bolts and stuff.
Nah.
The Thunderbolt only hits one creature.
So, how far are you tied to each other?
Probably 20 feet.
Kendra, you could set our distance as well if you'd like.
All right. So, keep that in mind when you're
Yeah.
doing things. You cannot move more than 20 feet away from your...
And
Good
so
job.
where is the way up again?
This path goes up sort of this way and in. So you'd be going to here, and then over to here, and then into the tower.
And then there's 60. So I can. I know technically I can't like do this mechanically, but can they basically just run in tandem and take their full 90 feet of movement?
I would say yes, except there is something that happens in between you, so no.
Okay. In that case,
Kendra,
Yes.
read the chat.
Oh. I don't know. Let's say 10 feet.
all right. And he's gonna move there for movement. And yeah. So what's the deal? If we want to stake ourselves, is that an action?
Yes.
All right, then he's gonna use his action. God, this is so fucking messy. Yeah. And then yeah, so to use his action to stake off there.
Okay.
And I am going to also I'm gonna give Nomarius a bardic inspiration.
Do you have to see me to do that?
That's an interesting question. Let us inquire.
All right. What's Tebrin 2 doing?
You can hear me, so I don't need to be able to see. So you have 1d8 of bardic inspiration, which I will mark down over here. And then other Tebrin is going to go 40 feet.
All right. So before other Tebrin goes, this will trigger a lair action.
Alrighty.
Which happens on initiative 20. And it is going to, you feel the winds swell up, and it is going to blow wind straight across where, I made all the windows go away. God damn it.
Alt F4, quick.
No, it's like if you drag something close to an edge, it like minimizes everything, which is really obnoxious.
Nope, don't know what you mean.
So it is going to use this right across here. So I need Nomarius and Kendra to make strength saving throws.
Question. I am on Namaris's back. Does that affect this in any way, shape, or form?
No.
Disadvantage. Son of a bitch.
Okay. Well, I guess I am going off the map. Unless I roll a 20.
You are tied together. Are you not?
We are. She
We
said
are.
10 feet.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Right on.
Odds are in our favor, so I have to bid you both to do because we're going over the edge. Odds are in our favor. Yep, thought so.
All right. So you are now 15 feet to the south, which puts both of you just over the edge.
Great. Okay. That was fun planning 2 weeks. All right, back down the mountain, everyone.
All right, Tebrin 2.
I don't think there's anything I can do to help.
Don't shoot us, you son of Oh, that's fantastic. All he needed was a 9.
I guess I'm just gonna run up to here and I'm gonna take 2 shots at the giant with my longbow while also just like staring dumb.
All right.
After Nemarius and Kendra. Although I guess I don't actually know where they are.
Yeah, we're not
Because they're
Elmer.
invisible.
We're not
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny over the edge where we're standing there blinking.
But no, I can't see you. I literally can't see you. So 2 shots.
All right. Go ahead and make some attack rolls.
It's 25.
25 will hit.
And
Oh,
the
that was so
23.
close.
I know.
23 will also hit.
Minimal. Less minimal. Unfortunately, no sneak attack.
What is so what's the total there? 16?
Yeah.
All right. So the arrows do hit it. Doesn't appear all that threatened, but
I can't imagine why.
they hit it nonetheless.
I'm gonna shout. Oh, okay, well, I don't know actually what's going on. So I'm just gonna take another 20 feet of movement forward. To there. And end my turn. Because I think everything's fine.
Because we were dead quiet as we went over the edge.
Yeah, you didn't yell at all.
All right.
Could be yelling for lots of reasons.
Kendra, you
How far have I fallen?
you have now, you're sort of just beginning your fall, so you are above, you're like probably about 10 or 15 feet down over the edge.
I'm going to Misty step back up onto the top.
All right.
Betrayal!
Easy enough
That's
to
the
do. You no longer have the rope around you, and you appear back up at a spot. I'm guessing somewhere like there. Back up.
Like here, I am going to run. Is there anywhere I can hide for cover here?
Yes, it sort of goes into where the tower is and against the walls in there. So,
I'm going inside, so I'm like here.
okay. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, that's the closest Kendra's ever gotten to a monster.
So you can only get, because you have to go through here. It's sort of a wall there, so you can get there.
Okay.
You're still sort of, that's like a
Well, I will
somewhat ruined.
I will
There,
dash.
if you
I will
dash, you can get it. Yeah.
I will dash.
Okay, and Kendra, you're also no longer invisible,
Correct.
which means that this tavern is no longer concentrating.
I'm gonna eat this chocolate eclair out of sadness.
All right. Your turn. Anything else? Dash, search, bonus? No.
Just eclair.
Just the eclair.
Oh,
All right.
Maybe we should just retreat again.
at least I got Death Ward. I remembered that. Everybody rolled my eyes. Oh,
Short
not
rest.
one more spell.
We're doing fine. Kendra
Take a
is
short rest to
still
regain
available to
Nemarius's
zap
hit
it.
points.
We're
All
fine.
right. Isra is going to start his charge. Wait,
Bless wouldn't have saved you anyway.
You don't know.
Actually, it might have, because I would have had Ben Luck on top of that.
all right.
Or Nemari. Yeah, maybe.
Isra just sort of, you look up and you see Isra flying, not in your direction. All right. Nomarius, you are falling.
I am also at 15 foot down. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Well, luckily, it pushed me exactly onto the edge and ledge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to grab my on.
All right.
It's not like the smoothest surface, I'm guessing. It's more like a mountain.
Yeah.
I will try to as athletically as possible.
All right. Give me an athletics check at disadvantage as you are sort of like tumbling head over heels, going down to try
You
to grab
have a
onto
bardic
grab onto the side of the cliff here.
I noticed that earlier, but I rolled so poorly it didn't matter. But yeah. So here we go. Click with my disadvantage.
All right.
And
18.
then I will. Is that. I shouldn't know the result. I'm going to
No.
use the inspiration. So D6,
E8.
D8. Oh crap! I just assumed it was a D6 when I was like, I can't make the saving throw.
Sorry. Yeah, he's high enough level to have a D8.
That was my bad.
All right, nice. Brings it to 24. So you sort of topple over the side, falling. You go past a little bit of an outcrop. You reach out, kind of grab it. You tumble down, slamming yourself in about 20 feet or so down. You are going to take a little bit of bludgeoning damage from this, but you are... So 4 points of bludgeoning damage as you catch yourself slam back into the mountain. The rope tied to you dangles down as Kendra has puffed up above you.
Actually, this is the first time I've noticed Kendra was gone, as we were both invisible. No!
Yeah. You are still invisible.
There's just a rope. There's no... I feel no weight. But to continue my turn... I'm assuming that was an action to use my ability, standard.
Definitely an action to catch yourself.
I'd like to use my move action to climb.
All right. You can get probably back to the top. What did I say? You're 20 feet down.
So climb is halfway. So... I can get up to 25 feet because of my boots.
Okay, so you'll be
the best.
You'll be right at the top then. Just pulling yourself over the edge. All right.
The bonus action maybe bonuses. I hate to do this. I'm gonna not do it, so I'm done.
All right. As you finish your turn, the storm giant is going to use its it's going to use another gust. This time going sort of top to bottom here. As it sees the angel go in, so both Isra and Dark Tebrin.
Okay, I am staked. So what does that do?
If you are staked, you gain advantage on your strength save. Throw strength from Isra. Isra shouldn't be at disadvantage anymore. So he is at 19. So you are pushed 15 feet south. And Isra is not. So you're 2 there. Which is on the edge, but not over the edge. All right. Akira, you are up.
In anticipation of Roswell's movement, is going to move up here and stake herself with climbing gear. And
go ahead of me.
You sure?
Yeah, because you're not giving me much slack to work with.
Are we dashing?
Okay. You can move 15 feet forward because there's 15 feet of slack.
Yes.
You can kind of leapfrog your way up.
Yeah.
There, and I'll stake myself and use my walking stick, like push my walking stick into the ground and hold it there, and yeah.
All right, action. Bonus action?
No.
All right. As Dahlia is going to... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Head forward there, and she is going to cast Hunter's Mark on this giant, and going to loose a couple of arrows. So 3 arrows. First attack. There you go. Told you, wheel. Second attack
Ha
also hits. Third attack hits as well. So the first one. Oh, I can't-
Asdelia for the
Can't
win.
roll it there. Hold on. First attack. And then second attack, but ignore the force damage on the second one. So they're 8, and then 9. So 17, 26, 31 points of damage going up there. What did I just say? 31?
I think so.
Sure. 31 points of damage. Arrows flying true, seeming to catch it. It sort of gets knocked back and forth a little bit, looking down. It is its turn now. Suddenly much more aware of its circumstance. It is going to make 2 wind javelin attacks. The first is going to return fire against Asdelia. And these just hit, so let's roll it. So 17 against her as lightning slam, or I guess wind slams into her. Next one is going to be against Isra. Which is just another auto hit. Man, such a hard monster. 19 against him. All right. Good enough. And it is going to take sort of step towards the center of the tower. Roswell, you're up.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna move. Where did I measure it out to? 25 feet there. And I'm going to stake myself down. And also, as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon. Let's do third level, as far as I can get it. So 60 feet out will be right about here.
All right, and we'll say you're casting it up sort of diagonally. I'm assuming you want it to go up that way. Okay.
Yeah.
So the way this works, though, is you can do 60 feet and then 60 feet up. So it could be at the same level about. So it's fine.
Yeah.
D&D
but
does not use Euclidean geometry.
No, lucky for me. So spiritual weapon right there, and so third level. Okay. So that way I can at least do something bonusy on my turns. I can't get it closer right now, but so big silver needle pops up into the air up there, and I'm ready to use it later, hopefully.
All right.
Okay.
Top of the order, Dark Tebrin, you are up, teetering on the edge
of a broken heart.
Where's the part I can walk through up here? Is it there?
Right in here. These 2 squares are where the path goes.
40 feet. So I will do this. And I will stake myself again.
All right. Action to stake.
That would have been a bonus action dash as well for that last 10 feet. So that is all of the things that I have at my disposal.
All right.
And my turn.
Where are my lair actions? There we go. I am going to player action will trigger 20-foot radius sphere of fog. Why can't I click on that? Layers are hard. Wait, 20-foot
Draw
radius.
a circle. Draw.
Well, I already had a circle drawn. It was just on the wrong layer. That is not 20-foot radius, though. That is 20-foot radius. This area is now considered heavily obscured, covered by fog as it just sort of fills up.
Oh, god damn it.
So that means I can't banish it if I walk out there now? Right?
I don't know. Can
Cool. I don't know. Probably not.
You? All right, Tebrin Part 2. If you read your spells have the rules on what your spells can and can't do.
Eberbulu.
Okay, and then sorry. So there's stairs going up where in here?
It's not really stairs. It's sort of a ruined labyrinth. There are some stairs that go up part of the way, and the floor is caved in. So you kind of have to basically. It's just like climbing up 50 feet.
Okay, how far can I get? Like, I'm gonna go 20 feet to be even with other Tebrin. And that leaves me with 40 feet available. So how far can I get?
So wait, say it again?
I can move another 40 feet. I want to go up.
Right, so you can get 20 feet up. Because you climb at half speed.
Okay. That was the wrong Tebrin.
But you are tied to the other Tebrin, right?
Yeah, but I have 20 feet of slack.
Okay, but you're already 15 feet away from him. So you can move 5 feet further.
Okay. Then in that case, I'm just going to stop at the base of it and I'm going to anchor there.
Okay.
So technically now we're both anchored. And I will end my turn.
All right. Kendra, you are up.
This fog cloud is a sphere, right?
It is a sphere.
And I cannot see where.
Kendra, read your chat. Kendra.
Oh, you're right. I can stand here, and I should be able to see it.
You cannot actually see it where you are. Because remember, it's on top of a 50-foot tall tower.
Right, but how tall is the giant?
You're standing like right up against the wall.
Okay, then I will stand here and jump, because it's a sphere, right? Yeah. It's not a block of fog that extends to the max height of the fog.
I'm going to say that you cannot jump to clear yourself out of it.
Okay. Then I will try and scale the side of the tower to the point that I can see the giant.
All right. Make an athletics check to try to attempt to climb the
Actually, no,
side.
fuck it. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna walk up the tower and try and find a way to the top to melee range of this fucking giant.
Okay. You can move inside. Action, bonus action.
Just walking. That's all.
Okay. At the end of your turn, it is going to use 2 of its legendary actions to thunderbolt down. This is going to go. Let's see.
Can you use 2 legendary actions at the end of the same turn? I thought it was.
Well, it costs 2 legendary actions. That's the cost.
This is
So
a one item.
It's a one thing, yeah. So it is currently looking down. It's going to target Isra again, who's going to make a dexterity save as Isra is kind of flying right straight at him. Dex. And I don't think guidance is going to help, but we'll roll it anyway. All right, up to 10. So he takes 4d10 of thunder damage. 18 points. No, 108. All right, and it is now his turn. He is going to fly 60 feet up to there, just out of range, unfortunately. Except he can... no, because he used his action to dash. All right. Okay. So, Nemarius, you are up.
Okay, well, time to fumble around in the fog. I know the general whereabouts of where the entrance is, so I'm going to feel my way along the sides. That was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Where's the entrance here?
Yeah,
where Tempered is standing?
Yeah, you're sort of at it. You can go in from where you are.
8,
My
9,
entire roll 20 map just disappeared.
10.
Sounds like a you problem.
Now, I can see the giant from the bottom crawling upwards. What was it, a ladder?
You can see through sort of like that broken hole.
Oh, I physically climbed, didn't I?
Yeah. There's no like climbing aid. It's just climbing up.
Right. Last time I just climbed.
Ruined.
Well, in order to help keep him busy so Kendra can cast her spell, I'm going to do just that. And I'm going to take my climb action as my move action, my dash action. Here's my athletics. I've rolled a 5 to equal a 14 for my plus 9.
Can make your way up easily enough doing that.
I get halfway at 25 foot. But if I get on top and give him a full round of happy times, that will hurt. So I will not take my extra thing yet.
A full round of happy times.
Yeah. That's what I like to call it. As we all know, the fighters get one full round of happy time. But we're done.
All right, Akira, you're up.
Akira's going to dash, but only move to right here because it's the slack, and ground herself.
All right.
And I don't think I will take any bonus actions because everyone's out of range. Okay, yeah. Ground myself.
All right. As Dahlia's turn, and actually, no, okay. Sorry, I'm just strategizing on both sides of my head. All right, as Dahlia is going to continue to fire here, when I stop clicking to make her longbow go away, here's first shot. That's misses. Second shot will hit. Third shot will also hit. So 7 and or 10 and then another 9, so 19 points of piercing damage. Up at it, and that will do it for her turn. All right, it is now its turn. It is going to take a step forward now in range, and it is going to make its lightning swords. You can see, looking up, Nemarius, you can just see a bolt of lightning strike down, and it's almost like it's going to hit, and then it just sort of like catches it, and it forms into this blade in its hand, sort of mid-swing.
How familiar!
Yeah, you do recognize this. It's going to make 2 lightning sword attacks against Isra. First one is a 30, which will
Oh.
hit. The second
Cool.
one is a 25, so both hit.
Cool.
So 34 lightning damage, and then 33 lightning damage, so 67 into Isra, who is up, but not looking good. Those of you sort of below can see just lightning coursing through. Feathers kind of plop off as he kind of is forced to the ground, landing on the edge there. And that is going to do it for the giant's turn. That's enough damage. Roswell, you are up.
All right, I'm gonna run. So what happens when I'm in here in this fog area?
It is heavily obscured.
Well, it's a good thing I can't run into it anyway. All right, I'm gonna run there. I'm going to anchor myself with my climbing gear. I would like to move my spiritual weapon here and attack with it.
All right. As it slides into position, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Okay, so I'm doing that at 3rd. Spiritual weapon.
18 will hit.
Awesome. All right.
14 points of force
4
damage.
points.
Minus 14. Excellent.
I imagine like a little firefly just buzzing away at its, head.
Is able to prick away at it.
Yep.
All right. Anything else?
I have used all my stuff.
All right. All your stuffs. DT, you're up.
Okay. If I move like here, am I going to be able to see Isra from there?
To where? Sorry.
If I were to move here?
He is right on. He's standing like on the edge of where the crenellations are, so you'd probably still be able to see him.
All right, then I'm going to step up here. I'm going to re-anchor, and I'm going to pump a 3rd level healing word into Isra.
All right. Give me a roll for Isra.
Oh, that's the wrong spell slots.
$12 points.
And I will account for that spell slot. Correct character sheet. And I will end my turn.
All right. Lair action. A thunderbolt is going, or thunderclap is going to be triggered down at the sort of very base of the entrance in here. So this is down below, and I need everyone. So I need both Tebrins, Kendra, and Nomarius all to make Constitution saving throws.
I'm 25 feet up.
Oh, then it does not include you.
Wait, where is it? Where is it casting it?
Okay, first one is for light Tebrin, second one is for dark Tebrin.
Wait, so
That was
has Tebrin just walked through the door?
I am outside.
Okay, then I should not be in the same range as Tebrin because I moved 30 feet from inside the tower to try and get to it. That was my entire turn, was to move 30 feet.
So are you up?
I should be up 30 feet. I said I wanted to try and head up towards it
So climbing
my
is
entire movement.
climbing is half movement. Did you start your last turn at the bottom of the tower?
Yeah. Like, because I don't know how far or the way to get up to the thing. I don't know if there's
Okay,
stairs.
it's just basically like straight up from where you are
Okay, then I would have
climbing.
used my entire because I didn't do an action or anything. So if it's just climbing, I would have used all the movement I can to get up there.
You would have had 20 feet left based on your positioning.
Okay,
So you're up
so
what?
I'm up 20 feet.
Well, if you had 20
10.
feet
10.
up, you'd be up 10.
Yeah, and dash as well, so it's 30 feet up, right?
Well, if you're
10
dash, that
I
would be
made-
10 plus 10 plus 5, or 10 plus 15 rather. You climb at
25.
half speed.
Yeah, so 25.
Okay, so you're halfway up. Okay, so just the Tebrins.
That was for light Tebron. Here's dark Tebron.
Yep.
Shouldn't have been an advantage. Sorry.
That's all right. Didn't matter.
Does not matter at all.
All right.
Oh,
So
God.
Delicious.
both Tebrins, you are deafened until the end of its next turn.
God, when have I ever succeeded on a saving throw ever?
All right. It is your turn. Yeah. So Tebrin,
Alrighty.
light Tebrin, as your ears
Can
are
I-
ringing.
Can I see a storm giant from where I am?
Wait, which one's light? Up through the door, inside through the hole. Yes, you can see. Just not a lot of him, but just a little bit.
Then I'm just gonna take two
Alright.
shots.
It will be it'll be at 3/4 cover up through all of this.
Can I move in such a way?
Yeah, if you
change
take like 2 more steps in, then you'll be able to get
to like
get a clear shot.
here?
Yes.
Okay, then I will do that, and I will take 2 shots.
All right. Fire away.
Don't throw away. Throw it away.
14.
14 will hit.
Okay, this has sneak attack because Isra is engaged, correct?
Correct. He's gonna get married.
Haha.
All right,
I can
so
do that.
19 piercing.
19 on that one. And second one.
That hits as well.
Additional minimal.
Don't worry, the minimal damage you did is halved.
Thanks.
All right. Kendra, you are up.
I'm going to keep climbing until I can see any part of the giant.
Okay. I mean, when you're standing down at the bottom looking up through the hole, it's standing at the edge of the hole, so you can see it.
Oh, okay. All right, then I'm going to try and banish it with
All right. We'll
heighten to banish it. So it needs.
link.
I will link. So at disadvantage.
One creature you can see within 60 feet. And it is a charisma save at disadvantage. And what's your DC?
16.
16. All right. Coming at you. So
I'm going to bend luck.
17.
Bend luck and pray.
Ooh, prayer.
How many
Cool.
times can you bend luck per? It's
Sorcery
a sorcery
points.
point. So you've used it once and then you just heightened.
Yep.
Are we
So I'm
accounting
a-
for sorcery
Yes,
points?
I am.
And what does bend luck do?
It removes 4 from that saving throw.
All right. So 13. So it is now banished.
Oh my god.
All right.
Was that a clap?
As it is
I may have
gone,
prepared a lot of little things.
You hear a faint popping noise. As just sort of gets sucked away. No longer there. Target remains there. Target is native. Planet is you banish target, harm stuff, and target remains there until the spell ends, at which point reappears in the space it left. Target is native to a different plane of existence than the one you're on. The target is banished, returning to its home plane. All right. What would you all like to do? We're out of rounds.
Does the
Wait,
fog dissipate?
Also, the storm.
Can we stay in rounds for the purpose of making sure that we get everything we want to do done within the minute and not?
Why don't you tell me
Losing
what
time.
you all want to do, and I will tell you if that's for the sake of expediency.
I like to observe what's going on with the storm.
Go ahead and give me a nature roll.
Mm.
How did you shed in my mouth?
I didn't know Akira could shed.
Hold on. I still have
Looking
the
at the
skills.
storm,
If you have scales, it's called molting.
it doesn't appear like the storm has changed considerably. But you
Okay.
do also know that things like this don't necessarily change instantaneously.
So
Okay.
is this dome of fog still up?
The fog is still there.
Okay. So I would like to, for clarification, so if I'm standing, if I was standing here, I wouldn't be able to see up.
I mean, you can look up, but you probably wouldn't be able to see it. I mean, it's not there right now, so you can't really tell.
It's also
Because
40 feet high, that thing.
I think we should all get up there now.
That's what I think that's what I'm
Yeah.
gonna do.
like to here,
Yeah, let's untie ourselves too.
shit. Okay.
Where am I fucking
Me and Roswell are no longer tied together, and we're going to move up into the tower. I like to put my back against the wall, not
Plus-
on the edge.
Plus 9 on the charisma save. That giant is a knockout.
Wait,
Um,
it had +9 charisma.
Yeah.
And as I go
Sex-
up, I want to cast Cure Wounds on.
All right. So is everybody's intent to go up there, and is your intent to hold it there for the full minute?
Our intent is to hold it there for the minute and all ready actions to do things for when it reappears.
Yeah.
All right.
Namaris, are you still invisible?
Also,
we know
Sorry?
that it's native to this plane?
well, I'm gonna cancel it before the minute's up. So
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's different than holding it for the complete minute, which
Right.
is what I just asked.
Okay. 59.5 seconds.
Or 9 rounds if we want to go into 6-second segments.
All right. So
Okay, so
But hold on, and everybody should tie themselves to something if they can.
We should. I thought we
Well,
should-
do you want to get
Not-
blown
not-
off the tower
You
the
don't
minute
have
it
to
goes
do
back?
it to each other. Not to each other.
Okay.
Just something.
Yeah.
yeah, the Tebrans will unsheath their swords, and I will try to anchor myself off.
I will do the same here.
I will tie myself to something here.
as Dahlia noticeably does not climb all the way to the top of the tower, she just goes down into the bottom.
Okay,
let's-
yeah, you can shoot up through the bottom, can you?
Am I able to cast a spell? Here?
Yep. I mean, you have 9 rounds worth of stuff to do.
I'd like to cast Daylight on the area right here.
You also mentioned healing. Just FYI.
Oh
I
shit!
was wondering
Never
if
mind.
you
I
did.
canceled Daylight. I did want to Cure Wounds. Nizra.
Give me a Cure Wounds roll then.
Dum dum dum.
If we have healing to give out,
The,
I am down 17 hit points.
This will be at 3rd.
Do you want me? I can
Nice.
give I can give Kendra a healing word.
That's
Or
on.
somebody
That's
can
on
cure wounds.
Isra.
Yes.
We have 9 turns of action, so the clerics do
But
have
it
time.
took
to-
like 3 turns for the clerics to get here, though.
Yeah.
yeah, so they have 6 turns of action still.
I'm just talking about conserving spell slots. Do you want me to put a healing word in Kindra or no?
I mean, I could do it, or
I haven't done one yet, so I'll do one first level.
I'm going to also use my lay on hands and expend that all to. I'm going to take 19 of my 20 points for myself.
Hmm.
All right, so 7 to Kindra. And
I will also give you a first level healing word. Dark Tebrit. Let me account for that really fast.
In a pet. So this is 9 rounds, so we can essentially cast. I can essentially cast another thing, right?
Yes.
Okay. I should have done this before we're done healing, but I'm going to cast Beacon of Hope on everybody within 30 feet.
Achoo, bless
I
you.
will link it. Where are you at?
Do we want to bless
Where's
also?
this?
yes,
What?
I'm also gonna I'm also gonna cast Guardian of Faith.
Hold on, it's in here somewhere.
How many
There it is.
concentrations are we juggling?
This one's not
Just one,
concentration.
Please keep track of your spell slots and your concentration.
Yes,
Absolutely. I don't have a concentration up yet, so.
Is ending a spell an action?
Depends on the spell.
Well, I just read through banishment. I couldn't see anything about.
Ending concentration is the issue there.
Actually,
Somebody
I
just,
I can just cast another concentration spell and it will end it.
The target remains there until the spell ends.
Yeah, I can just cast another concentration spell and it'll end it. It's fine.
At which point the target reappears in space it left and you're occupied space. The target is native to the plane of existence, and the one you're on, the target is banished with the paint puff and dies returning to its home plane. If the spell ends before 1 minute has passed, the target. Yeah, you can.
Here's the link in Discord for the sage advice.
Yeah, I don't think it takes. You can just dismiss it as a. If it doesn't say specifically, you can just choose to dismiss it, right? Let's look it up.
I linked it. If you missed it.
Yeah, and concentration energy. Yep, that is
Right.
consistent with what I was thinking. So.
Would Nemarius like a haste?
Novarius is still technically invisible.
But would he like a haste?
Yes, the voice from the beyond is like, that sounds pretty good.
And what are people's ready actions?
I would like to make an attack.
I also.
All right. So before I ready anything though, I am doing Guardian of Faith.
All right.
So if we could put that here, maybe.
I want to see this drawing. It's going to be amazing.
Guardian occupies the space as a gleaming sword shield. Simply deploy any creature hostile to you that moves space within 10 feet. First time must succeed Dex save. Creature takes 20 radiant on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. The Guardian vanishes when it has dealt a total of 60 damage. There it is.
Awesome.
And question, there is room to hide like under here, right?
Negative.
Negative?
Well,
Okay.
because it's all like you had to just kind of like scale your way up and climb, so it's not like you can just. You'd be like climbing on this like the ceiling of the floor that you're all standing on.
Spider pig, spider pig.
That's a thing.
Okay.
Okay, whatever.
I am gonna ready a flame strike for when it appears.
Okay, so when our so we'll assume that we've gone through our rounds and that this will be the 9th round. So I'll go to the top of the 9th round. which is Dark Tebrin, and we will just play this through because you wouldn't be able to ready an action from until it's your turn, right?
Correct. We would all have to have at least a 6-second segment where
Yeah.
nobody's doing anything so that
Okay.
we're all ready.
So
Okay. Yep.
So
But
let's just
Everybody
do this
will be able to.
in turn order. But I mean,
Okay.
I just want to do this in turn order. Dark Tavern, what are you doing?
Is this the 9th round?
This is ninth
Like
round.
before it comes back?
It comes back my next turn after this one.
Okay, then I'm gonna ready an attack. Both of the Tebards are gonna ready attacks.
All right, Kendra.
With Moonblade and Keysword. Respect.
I'm going to ready a haste on Nemarius for after Roswell has done whatever she's going to do.
Yeah, I changed my mind what I was going to do. Okay.
All right, he's readying an attack. If you've somehow secured yourself, please denote that now.
Mm-hmm.
You mean with a
I'm
thing?
gonna do
Nomarius.
With a web.
Nomarius.
Oh yeah.
Actually,
Marius,
actually,
readying
quick-
a
his-
key sword attack.
Okay. Akira.
Shield out, opposite from me, holding myself to the wall, or however I have myself.
Okay. Do you want to
Yes.
ready an action?
No, because I don't want to hit somebody.
Just ready any act. You must have one action. You must have
No,
some action.
I will. The only two things that I can do to attack it will hit somebody in the party.
You have guiding bolt.
Yes.
That won't hit anybody.
Sacred.
Just-
It
flame.
has before.
Just ready guiding bolt, please. Unless you
Chances
roll,
of it hitting Nomarius again are
there is a 1 in 20 chance. If we did that logic, nobody would ever roll any attacks because we would all fail. So just ready guiding bolt, please, so we can move on.
If you have Sacred Flame will work.
Sacred Flame, I feel safer with that.
Okay. Roswell.
I'm going to ready Blight at 5th level.
Okay.
Not to be taken lightly.
Not at all.
So going
We're gonna
through.
ride the lightning.
So I guess Dark Tebrin and Tebrin
Oh, the
will re-ready
plunder.
the same actions. I'm guessing.
Well, no, because after Roswell's turn, my haste casts, which will break the concentration, because it's another concentration spell. So it'll reappear here, and all of the ready actions will trigger.
All right. So Dark Tebrin, ready to action.
Okay. Just out of interest, am I in flanking right now?
Dark Tebrin is not.
Then this will be regular with the key sword.
All right. Give me an attack roll.
With
19
attack.
hits. Sneak
With
attack
sneak
for sure.
And
Faux
then
show.
I want to. Sure, I will also add on a defensive flourish on top of this, but let me roll the damage on this first.
Nice.
All right. So 15.
And here comes the defensive flourish. Or no,
Plus
sneak attack.
6. So
which brings
21.
Yeah, and my AC is now 23,
Woo!
Nice.
Nice.
which I have no way to denotate anywhere.
You can.
21. All right.
If you use
Oh, wait,
two
hold
different
on, I
colored
have-
dots, you can do a 2 and a 3.
No, it's okay. I have another way to do
Tebrin.
this. It's on my character sheet.
You are up.
Okay. Am I flanking with Nomarius? Is this Tebrin?
Sure.
You're flanking with Sacred Weapon, right? Does Sacred Weapon flank?
Nope.
No. Okay.
Blade at advantage.
The good thing about a large creature is this is still through 3 direct full
29
squares.
hits.
Okay, so with sneak attack,
Yeah.
Gross. And then I will also defensive flourish.
17
Very nice.
plus
Sneak attack again.
21 total.
Off.
All
So
right.
21 and 23. And that's it. I need to mark down the body inspirations I just used. But that is the end of my turn.
Kendra,
Not me, because my ready action was already used.
your ready to action from last round was already used.
Yes, but it's we're going through the ready actions right now. We're not going through turns. Because if we're going through turns as well, Dark Terran and regular Terran would still have attacks. Because that doesn't take their turn.
Wow, that's actually correct.
I like how you said wow.
Okay.
Wow.
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 Where is the next character sheet?
Wow.
Wow.
You're a little slow on that one, Kendra, but yes, wow.
Wow.
All right, is going to make a mace attack. Wait, that is not correct. It should be that. Mace.
Oh, come on.
Crap!
He's never gotten
Alright.
this close before. It's very intimidating.
He's
All
gonna
right.
lose grip. It's still gonna hit me
Nomarius
somehow.
does
Yay! Nomarius has
not
one
hit
attack.
anyone.
Dun dun dun.
Come on.
At advantage. Because if I'm flanking with you, you're flanking with me.
Truth.
Um,
Does either of those numbers hit? I think
Yes,
they do.
They do.
Okay. Here's my divine smite on top. Ooh, 3 extra points.
Oh, that's rough.
Ow.
3. So
3 and 14 is 17.
17?
And
Okay.
technically, I'm gonna do this as well.
Technically.
Technically. 2 more, and then if he's not brandishing a weapon because it's made of just lightning, that's irrelevant.
yeah.
right.
2 more
So-
points of damage. Always
Yes,
helps.
two more actual
All right.
awesome points of damage. I will account for the superiority
Kira, you are up.
spells.
Sacred flame.
It's a
Crack.
dexterity save from him.
Plus 4,000.
Which is
Oh, that's good.
It's a 15.
Oh, damn it.
So that will succeed. He's not at disadvantage. Unfortunately, that does not connect, although you guys have put a fair bit, as Dahlia is going to loose an arrow, which will hit. Having to roll 20 to open is confusing. For 5 more points of damage. All right.
Okay.
And it does not have a ready to action. Roswell.
All right, here comes Blight.
Holy blight.
Are you fucking kidding me? That's amazing. All right.
All right.
Yeah, but the first roll was pretty good.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what is this? A con save?
It's a con save, yeah. So it'll take half if it doesn't,
All right.
if it succeeds.
It has no
Constitution.
constitution. There's no. Oh, damn it.
Damn, that's pretty close though.
Plus
Um,
10.
And then the other thing too is from my Guardian of Faith, because it appeared within 10 feet.
Yep.
So that one is
Dex
a
save.
correct dex save. It'll be 16.
Dex save 14. Is a
All right. So that'll be automatically 20 points. So now my Guardian of Faith is down to 40 points of damage left that it can do.
All right, you can keep track of that.
I totally will.
Looking harried and bloodied.
I-
All right.
Harried?
Top of the round here.
Regular Terran.
Regular Tebrin is going to
Wait.
take.
I
Yeah?
just realized that Kendra calls regular Tebrin Dark Tebrin, and Roswell calls regular Tebrin Light Tebrin.
I'm gonna take 2
Hey,
attacks.
welcome to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there, Beb.
That seems very dyslexic too.
Okay.
18 will hit.
17 points
17
of
points of damage.
magical damage.
All right.
Second attack. Do it. 10 points.
10 more points.
And that's that.
All right. The end of your turn, it is going to use its all 3 of its legendary actions and become one with the storm as it swirls in around it and absorbs itself up into the storm and is no longer in view.
That provoke,
It does not.
but please.
Herein lies the thing
It
that we
does
weren't
not.
able to solve.
And it is now time for a lair action.
Awesome.
All right. It is going to create a 60-foot long, 10-foot wide line of strong wind. And it is going to go... It's going to go, let's see. At Nomarius towards off the edge. So Nomarius, I need a strength save from you with advantage because you are, or a strength check with advantage, or save is probably the same thing.
It is definitely not the same thing. Saving throws have a different thing.
No, strength saving throw. Yeah, no, I said the right thing.
Okay.
Strength save, yeah. 21, you do succeed as you hold fast as the wind just heightens and picks up as it just goes blowing by you. All right.
Not this time!
What would you like to do?
This was Darashan's tower, correct?
Yes.
Is there anything left in this tower to find?
I have no idea.
Are we still in rounds?
Yes.
Then it went to other Tebron?
Okay.
Other Tebron's gonna shout down to Azdalia. Is there anything down there?
Nothing
There's
that
a whole
I
lot of
can
nothing up
see.
there.
There's a whole lot of storm above you.
Yep. I guess I'll hold an attack on the off chance it conveniently reappears. There's nothing I can do.
All right. Other Tebron?
Same thing.
Kendra?
I will go and look around the tower for things.
Okay, be more specific.
I want to look around the tower for anything magical.
Okay, make a perception roll. Are you moving, or are you just looking around where you are?
I'm moving.
Where are you moving to?
Into the tower.
So you're going down to the bottom.
Well, was there any parts of the bottom of the tower that I had not been in?
It's all ruins, so I mean,
So no.
You didn't scour over everything. You ran in and you climbed up.
Right, but if there was a giant glowing orb or
no,
something,
there's nothing that like in the heat of combat you running in would have immediately noticed. But you can make a perception roll. I just wanted to figure out where you were going.
Oh.
That rolled over the 20.
Looking around when you sort of get down to the bottom, you do see there are on the bottom floor. Bottom floor is the most intact of the floors going up. There are, it looks like some broken furniture, and it's like a pile of rubble. It looks like it has some miscellaneous items and such in it. It might take a little time to go through, but that's the only sort of evidence of anything left over that has weathered the collapse of the tower.
Okay. Well, if I have any action or free action or anything left, I want to look at the miscellaneous stuff or anything that seems relevant to anything in any way.
Okay, make an investigation roll. You start digging through and pulling off some of the debris. You do find a small chest that's maybe about this big in there. The wood is old, wet. The outside is a little bit rotted, but it's banded over with steel on the top, which is pretty heavily rusted. And there's a lock sort of embedded into the side of it. So it looks locked, and so you've kind of like half uncovered the top and sort of cleaned off the outside of it, so that you can see where it is, except not really inside it, as it is closed.
Okay. I have no. I can't do anything else on my turn, I assume. So.
Isra is going to ready his action as well. Marius.
Nomarius will blurt out that the key may be somewhere, like as what Kendra's doing is looking. So please, everybody, do their best to find out what they can. I will try to keep its attention upon me. I will brandish and concentrate the best I can on the sword. Maybe in storm form, it can be absorbed. So I say, I hold aloft my magic sword. And I say, by the power of this gray hill, I'm gonna try to get this sword to power up. And see if I have the power or not. If I don't, I do not turn a pussycat into a battle cat.
As you hold up the sword, yelling out into the storm.
Yes, I go.
Nothing happens.
No concentration rolls or anything like that. I do my best to try to attune to it, but I'd already had this yesterday.
Doesn't seem like the energy is.
And then
it seems like the energy is still being commanded, and there's not anything that's.
Okay,
like it's not just like free energy.
So I'm just gonna be like, Roswell, what am I doing wrong? And then that's my turn.
Akira.
Kira would like to attempt divine intervention. Please, Athena, we need your help. Help us help the civilization that has fallen.
Get that giant back out of the storm.
All right.
/ roll 1d100, please.
This is the time.
Fuck
no.
35. All right. Asdalia is going to move out to like little outcropping there. You can see she is looking around, has an action readied, and as you all sort of search around for any clues, you see the storm sort of swirl down almost like a cyclone out almost around where you entered as the storm giant reappears there for its turn. And once I get its sheet back up, it is going to use Wind Javelin. And this will trigger as Dahlia's held action because she can ranged attack. So we'll do that first, just in case. That does hit. So that's 9 points of damage. Does not kill it. Especially not on the right layer. Alright, and it is going to return the favor with its first Wind Javelin, which automatically hits. What is that? 3d6. 3d6 plus 9 against her. It's another 20 points. As those of you who can see her over the edge kind of staggers back, and the giant itself then rises up about 10 or 15 more feet off the ground. Let's say it's 15 to have an exact amount, just sort of hovering there, flying up, and it will take another wind javelin attack against her, which is another 3d6. That's another 19, as that slams into her, and she's just knocked back onto her back as it just hits her square in the chest. Bow sort of falls from her hand. She's knocked flat. And that will do it for its turn. Roswell, you are up.
I am going to bless Numerius, Tebrin, Akira.
You get a bless, and you get a bless.
Yeah, and Kendra's down on the tower, and I can't see her. So I'm casting that at 2nd level, so I can do 1 more than 3, which is 4. And all right, and I guess I'm gonna make my way down the tower. So how far can I get?
It is 50 feet of climbing.
50 feet of climbing.
Or you can take the fast way down, and then it's instantaneous.
Also, ouch.
Wow, because like half of my move. Well, I guess I could dash climb. Can I dash climb? Can you dash climb? No, I already took my action. It doesn't matter. Sorry, I already took my action. All right, so I am gonna move to. I'm gonna move to here for right now. I'm going to move my spiritual weapon and measly as my bonus action. I think I only get
20 feet.
Yeah, thank you. All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, there. And that's where I am.
All right. DT.
All right. Gonna do 2 longbow shots at the giant.
All right. Fire away. 20 hits. And natural 20 hits.
Fortunately, no sneak attack.
13. And 11. So what's that total? 24. Have just a 12. All right, catches it, sort of staggers back. You can see its hand sort of, as it reaches up, you can tell it's trying to channel more lightning through to its hand, but its hand sort of turns amorphous for a second into wind, kind of pulls back, like it's starting to fall apart or lose the ability to maintain shape.
And then he looks like he's about to end his turn, and the other Tebrin just kind of yells at him, and he sighs, and he's gonna healing word as Dahlia.
All right.
At what spell slots does this boy have? At 3rd level.
All right.
Minimal. You can tell that he didn't want to do it.
So what's that, 7?
Yeah.
7 points of healing to Asdalia. And there's going to be a lair action here.
Beacon of Hope.
Yeah, healing.
Max.
Oh, does it do
healing.
max?
Does,
Okay.
does the target have to be in it, or just the person casting it?
Good question. I linked it earlier. Let me find
You
it
can just do
again.
max, that's fine.
Okay. So that would be, it's 3d4. So 12 plus my charisma is 15.
Oh, you cast it on creatures. So if Asdalia was one of the creatures upon which you
Yeah,
cast it on,
everybody had it.
any number. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So what was the total?
15.
15. Nice. Very nice. That'll be a full action. All right, so lair action coming at you. Wind is going to try again. This time it is going to go. We're gonna go this way at Tebrin and Akira. So I need, if you're anchored, strength saves with advantage, or tied off.
Oh.
Oh my god. That will never happen again.
Bye.
All right, so.
Oh wait, is it Thunderclap or is it?
Oh wait, no, it's the. I linked the wrong one. It's the
5, 10.
DC 18. Sorry, it's this one.
Bye.
All right, so Tebrin, you are gusted off. You kind of grab, but you feel your support where you kind of dug in just pulls loose as off you go from the top of the tower, which is 150 feet from the ground.
My guardian of faith stands there with her shield, and just watches you go by. Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right.
I'd like to use my reaction to go, oh!
Okay,
All right.
well, it's my turn. Can I try to grab on as I
Make
now my
a. Yeah, make it just a straight dexterity. Let's say dexterity saving throw.
turn? Maybe. Yeah, that feels about right.
Yeah.
Do you have bless too?
Oh yeah, I do.
You are blessed, yeah.
All right.
Oh, I
What
guess I
does
could
the
have used
bless
the other
do?
one too. What?
Said, what does the bless do?
1d4.
1d4.
Well, I know what it does, but like, what's the roll?
17.
17. So you go skittering backwards. You kind of feel your feet come up off the ground as you spin over, hand going. You grasp on, hand catching a hold of the last sort of rock on the very edge. You grab it, swing in for half a second, and the rock breaks loose, and you tumble backwards over,
Okay.
heading on back.
All right. I'll take that fallen damage whenever it comes to me. But that will be my turn.
You did.
All right. It is. So that's the end of your turn. Kendra, you're down at the bottom, right? Yep.
Yes.
All right. It is your turn.
I can like peek out, right? I assume.
Yeah.
I can see it. Yeah. I'm gonna drop a fireball on its head.
Okay.
I'm gonna need a dexterity saving throw.
Plus 10.
Dexterity is only +2. It's a giant.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah. That's pretty average.
It's a meaty fireball. All right. As the fireball comes out, slamming into its chest, how do you want to do this?
Nice.
And your wild magic triggers, by the way.
Okay. How this goes depends on how that might happen.
Wait, you better roll that wild magic first.
Yeah, I'm
This
going
tower
to.
goes off the mountain, I'm gonna kill you.
I'm just getting sorcerer. Because it's not on the D&D Beyond sheet for some reason.
Wait for it, Kara. He has to finish the stuff. And it is on D&D Beyond. You just have to go to the sorcerer.
I know, but it's not on the character sheet.
Correct.
I have it up on D&D.
Actually,
Okay. I know exactly what I'm gonna do with this.
Okay.
So I'm gonna like throw the fireball in like an arc, so it looks almost like a meteor, and then immediately throw a second fireball from my other hand.
You
In
can
an
only
arc.
cast one spell per turn.
No. Did you see my wild magic?
You can take one additional action immediately. Does not mean you can cast more than one spell. I'm sorry.
But doesn't
Could-
action
could be.
search allow you to? Because it's another action, right?
But it's,
All right.
spell.
I'll let you cast it because
Oh,
it's
okay, all right.
relatively.
I-
Mechanically speaking, you can't cast two spells.
Okay. I'm making my own meteor storm above his head.
All right. So the first one slams in, and as it does, sort of like implodes in, and just, and the other one comes down. The energy just dissipates as this sort of, it causes a cyclone sort of to swirl up into the sky, and the storm above it sort of begins to coalesce, and then just sort of start funneling down into this funnel cloud towards the ground, where you just see this writhing mass of energy, just sort of little arcs of electricity coming out of it, as it seems like the whole storm is being siphoned down to this small point, and it seems fairly unstable from what
Dark Tebrin
tell.
is going to leap from the tower, key sword in hand, and is going to sprint towards that.
all right.
Please. I have haste, and I go before you. And my current move speed is 100.
All right.
Okay. There's
And
also
I have
actually,
action surge.
Step
there
aside,
may also
Pia.
be a chance that I can make this without dying or taking any damage.
All right, Nemarius, we'll stay in rounds here, since
Okay.
apparently there's some contest.
All right, so my move is 100. So what I'll do is I'll just launch myself in a direct line to this. Take any fall damage that's required.
All right. What is it? It's 50 feet, so 5d6. So you hit. It's a pretty good roll. 22 points of bludgeoning damage.
That is more than I expected, but all right.
Yeah.
It's okay. You had death ward.
Yeah, that's true. You turned an ankle.
That would have been even cooler if you landed and death ward kept you alive on 1 HP.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. But as
You
is,
fall.
it left me with 75 hit points.
Can you fall harder?
I could go back up with enough move and jump again.
All right. So using
And
all
then
your
I'll-
movement, you have gotten there.
I will power grayskull this sucker if I can. I'm sticking the sword into the miasma of energy that's swirling about, and see if it goes all kind of like I'm using an elemental dustbuster. I'm trying to suck it
Yeah.
into this.
So sticking it in, all of the chaos that's just sort of arcing and sort of imploding and then exploding on itself just goes, and then you feel the storm energy just slowly begin to draw in the sword. It's kind of like moving about as you try to hold it steady, as it kind of, you can feel it pulsing like
What?
sort of in your hand. It's kind of like a Ghostbusters moment of, don't cross the streams. And after about 3 or 4 seconds of this, it just, and then you can see the blade just sort of glowing this sheen, and looking down at it, you can see in the reflective polished surface of the blade, you can see sort of a storm just brewing inside there.
Aha! I hold it aloft, and then with my dash action, and then my action search, I run all the way back to Chora. And-
Okay.
No, maybe not that much.
All right.
So yeah, I'm done.
As you all sort of watch this explosion, you hear scream from Tebrin.
No, wait, is that the one that fell?
Which
Yes,
Tebrin?
The falling one,
from
yeah.
light Tebrin. Tebrin,
I'm-
as you are heading down that way. Roswell, you technically do have an action before Tebrin hits the ground if you have something that.
Well, do I have a move? I mean, I can.
You could throw yourself off the tower.
No, I mean,
That seems excessive.
I actually have death ward myself, so let's. Anyway, but I was gonna lean over and see what and
Just lean over. I just lean
no.
over.
Bye.
Can you let me finish my fucking sentence? Anyway, once he landed, I was gonna heal whatever happened from the fall, because I don't think I have anything to stop him from falling.
All right. Tebrin, slamming into several sharp rocks as you tumble head over heels down, landing 150 feet below, taking 15d6 bludgeoning damage as you hit the ground.
I see only 1 6.
That's fine.
And not a single 6 on the list.
We're fine.
How's that work?
Impacting onto the ground below. Yeah, not a single 6.
But one was on a 6, like on the die. There was a 6 on one of the die.
All right, well,
Yeah.
we'll just re-roll.
That's so weird.
That
No,
was-
no.
I'm good, thanks.
How are you okay?
Ow.
Ow. I'll come. Well, I'll get you some. It might take a bit, so just relax.
It's fine. Guess I live here now.
No, you don't.
Sound like Eeyore.
I just have stubby legs and I can't get to you super fast. Maybe we should learn Featherfall soon.
I'm a bit done with magic.
Oh, never say that.
You guys are shouting as loud as you can, by the way, because this is 150 feet.
Oh, absolutely. I just didn't want to blow.
This is not stopping us.
I didn't want to blow the mic.
Actually, Roswell shouldn't have to, because sound goes down easy.
Oh yeah, gravity. Yes.
Sure, sorry.
Of course.
Well, it turns out if you're 10,000 feet above when your parachute goes off and you just go, woohoo, people on the ground still hear you. Not 10,000, 2,000.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna shout out, woo!
Tebrin hears you.
But can make no response.
So,
I am pumped.
you have a chest in front of you. You have a charged key sword as Isra sort of lands and takes a moment, sort of takes his mace to his chest, and just, you can tell he's sort of praying and reflecting on it. He just sort of turns back up into the tower towards you, Akira, and he just sort of holds his hand out and beckons for you to come down.
Muted.
You're muted.
Not.
Oh, now you're not.
Better.
Oh,
More
okay.
better.
I will go down.
I must thank you. Many years I have spent toiling up this mountain against this tower, but it was only with the help of you and your friends here that I was able to right the wrong that so many years ago had come to pass on my behalf. And he sort of reaches down to the pocket of his pants and pulls out something in his hand, and he reaches out, kind of takes your hand and puts it into it, and just kind of like folds your fingers over it and then clasps his hand in yours. A gift from Athena as thanks.
I really didn't do much. If it weren't for my friends, I don't think anything would have happened.
You are true to your purpose and will hopefully be a guiding force for them.
I'm gonna reach out and give him the biggest hug of my life. It was a pleasure to meet you and to fight with you and serve with you. And what are you going to do now?
I shall return to Athena for whatever task is next required of me. I hope I may return to these lands and rebuild now that the storm has settled. The light and the shadow here must somehow be coaxed back towards each other so that dawn can rise again and this isle can return to some normalcy.
I really hope that the city can be rebuilt. It would be a great pleasure to see it again.
You can be my welcome guest when we reopen the gates.
And I will bow.
He bows, and sort of as he kind of steps back and kind of just like folds his hands, just his form just gets brighter and brighter and brighter until it's so bright that you just can't look at it, and then without a sound just kind of disappears.
Quick, a sword!
I will just hold whatever without looking. I'll just hold it to my heart and say a little prayer to Athena and thank her for all of her greatness, and then I'll look at it.
All right. What you see in your hand is a ring. It has a large sort of stone. It's kind of like a rectangular shaped ring. It has a large stone in it. It almost looks like it's a very small sort of image of a night sky, and you can see a little bit of a purplish to blue pink aurora throughout it, and then a little you can catch these little sparkles of light that kind of dart across it like shooting stars.
And I will put it on.
All right. You do recognize that this ring is magical.
And I will identify it.
All right. So you can take some time to identify it, and I will send you what it is.
Oh no, what did you do to yourself?
Oh, did I go away? Yeah.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You ruined the whole thing.
Wait. If we're quick, we can see it on the stream. Yeah, she hasn't left the stream yet.
Oh, it's fine.
And there it is.
We are all in the right place.
Magic.
All right. I don't know why it stopped my video. Anyone have anything else?
Make my way back up towards the party.
I would like to pry the chest open in some way.
Or request the rogue. in
Or
your
request
party.
a rogue. I suppose regular Tavern can help me.
So there's no more angel to go retrieve our friend, really?
No, he is gone.
Tavern's just gonna make the slow climb back up to the summit.
Yeah, and
Regular
I'll
Tavern is gonna pick the lock.
when you get close enough, like the 50 feet of rope that I have, I'll help pull you up.
All right. So you do manage, if you're trying to smash in, you can kind of break through the top eventually, or you can have somebody help pick through. You do see in the very bottom of the chest itself is a wooden box about the size of a shoebox that you open up, and there are aligned sort of in 2 rows of 4 are sets of potions. You kind of pick them up and look at them. One's a turbulent sort of gray liquid that just sort of swirls in there very slowly. And there appear to be 6 of those, and then picking up the other one, it's sort of this violently swirling black cloud that just sort of undulates and sort of as you pick it up, kind of rises to the top against the cork and pushes up against it and then settles back down. And so there's that box. Take that, set it aside. Beneath, There is laid out a set of half plate armor that appears to be very fine in make. Judging from your time poking about in the city, this is made of mithril. And you also find sort of beneath that, as if almost like haphazardly discarded, you see this odd sort of metal cylinder that kind of has a mesh on two ends coming out and then a center of it that looks almost like a handle. And looking inside, you can see this very, very dark greenish candle sort of looking in on both ends. And it appears that it's been burnt almost all the way to the center. But a little bit of a wick remains sort of on one side.
Does it seem magical in nature or just?
You're guessing it probably is, since it seems horrifically impractical otherwise. But nothing on it just like sticks out to you as like, oh, this is 100%
Okay.
magical. So if you had to guess, you would say yes.
All right. We'll take it all out and we will distribute it as we decide.
How long would it take Tebrin to get up, and then for us to go down? 'Cause we need to climb down.
Yeah, if you're all heading down, probably not but 20 minutes or so.
Okay.
To kind of reunite. As Dahlia kind of like keeps her distance from you, Kendra, as you're going through these, but you can tell is watching you quite intently.
Can I help you?
What are your intentions with all that?
I don't know yet. Do you have a request or some information or?
Well, there is the issue of payment. I came to your aid. And it seems as though you did not follow the request that I asked.
He sort of did his own thing.
Yes. But that's why
Mondays.
we must be vigilant. And I fear you've let him down.
I don't know. I quite like the new Tebrin. But what is it you want exactly?
The candle in the wooden box.
And what does it do?
This is knowledge not for you,
Then no.
not for others. There are certain things people who cannot resist temptation should not use. Trust me, it is for the better.
I have already resisted temptation today. I'm on a program, there's steps.
Hi, Kendra.
We didn't make any kind of deal about you receiving payments, so anything we give you will be out of the charity in our hearts, not something you're owed.
I do not seek your charity. I only offer your protection. But if you're too stupid to do it, then perhaps my words are wasted.
Maybe if I had a 10 intelligence, I would give.
She sort of turns and walks away. And Tebrin, as you kind of sort of meet, Roswell has kind of come back, and so you all sort of round the bend a little bit as Dahlia comes up and just sort of looks you over for a second, and then wraps her arms around you and hugs you.
Telling Ciora. I'm just telling Ciora.
Yes, that I suppose that was a stressful fight.
And then, so she sort of like leans in next to your ear, after like pausing for a moment to kind of catch your eye, and then just says, "It is such a grand tragedy that you finally found me, but you've lost yourself."
Can I see under her hood?
You cannot. And that's where we'll end tonight.
Holly, if you could give us your reaction.
Guessed it.
Screenshotted.
Wait a minute.
You have found me, but what?
Lost yourself.
Lost yourself.
My shock made me forget what you said. Was that to Dark Tevrin?
No, that was
No,
light.
it's to light.
Light Tevrin.
Oh.
It's pretty good with a bow too.
Did I get it
Well, folks, on that reaction, thanks for watching.
Yeah, like now we can't react. Thank you for raising the bar so high. Like,
Sorry.
Thank you all for tuning in. We will see you next Monday for some more unexpected arrivals.
Jesus Christ.
That's it. That's all I got.
That's
Are we
all
also gonna get an unexpected arrival of level 11? That feels like a milestone.
I think this is a milestone. Yeah.
Delicious.
was
Except
there any
light and dark Tebrin, you only get half a level each.
I can't wait till you hit like 9 3/4.
is there an examining the key sword, did that reveal anything at all right away? Like obviously amazing or
The keys,
exactly the same?
if you take a while to sort of, do the
30
identify
units,
attune,
yeah,
you do get the sense that it is now charged and has lightning damage that's sort of emoted when it attacks, which is not like discharging the sword, it's just sort of latent from there. I can get you a particular of that
Yes,
before
please.
next session, but it does appear to have awoken extra properties.
So a
within the sword.
lightning brand, if you will.
More or less, yeah.
All right. Fantastical.
Oh, good end.
Bye, everybody.
Oh man, I never got to go ham with that haste.
Oh,